Okay, we're on the air.
Call to order and statement of compliance. I hereby call to order the zoning board of adjustment meeting for May 5th, 2026 at 7:36. Call to order and statement of compliance. Adequate notice of this meeting/hearing has been provided by posting a copy of the public meeting/hearing dates on the municipal bulletin board, by sending a copy of the Echo Sentinel to the Echo Sentinel, and by filing a copy with the municipal clerk. Standard board procedures. Any meeting/hearing conducted by the board is a quasi-judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision. And decorum appropriate to judicial meeting/hearing must be maintained at all times. Meeting cutoff. Announcement is made. That is a matter of procedure. It is the intention of the zoning board of adjustment not to continue any matter past 10:30 p.m. at any regular or special meeting/hearing of the board, unless a motion is passed by the members then present to extend the meeting/hearing to a later specified cutoff time. Electronic devices. All in attendance are requested to mute cell phones or turn them off, and any any other electronic devices as do not interrupt the proceedings. Pledge of Allegiance. Tom, would you lead us, please?
Patriotic. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call.
Yes, Mr. Aronio.
Here.
Mr. Giannakis is excused this evening. Mr. Rosenberg?
Here.
Mr. Watts is excused this evening. Mr. Zadrozny?
Here.
Mr. White?
Here.
Mr. Zawortke is excused this evening. Vice Chairman Grosskopf?
Here.
Chairman Correct?
Here.
Chairman, we have a quorum.
All right. Now, our first application that we need our engineer for, but I'll read it at what it is. It's a bulk variance, block 11510, lot 25, zone R-20, previously zone R4, located at 258 Union Street, application number 25-22Z. Francisco Guacha. Applicant is requesting relief for impervious coverage and structures constructed without permits. So, maybe we should have him take a seat up here anyway, just to get ready. Who's ever gonna testify, would you come sit up here, please? Just sit right there on that. And then, why don't you swear them in, and then we'll swear in our expert in.
Hello. Are you both going to be testifying today with regard to this application? You're both going to be giving testimony?
You're both speaking to us. All right, we both have
Okay,
to swear you in.
if you are both witnesses, then you cannot translate for another witness. So you'd need somebody else to translate for her.
I will be just translating.
I'm sorry?
I'll be just translating.
Can't translate
That
if
you
you're going to be a
ca-
witness.
If you're going to be a witness, you can't translate for another principal witness.
Okay.
Okay? So either she testifies with someone else translating for her, or, the board can try to understand if she has something that she would like to say.
Can somebody else in your party translate? Okay. Fine.
Great,
Thank
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Why don't you sit over there then? Or why don't you have her sit there and you sit there, since you're gonna
Yeah,
translate?
Or
and we
bring
want
the
you
chair
on
over
On the
here.
microphone.
The other end, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, have her.
Just
have
switch
her
seats,
sit-
switch seats.
Yeah, just switch seats. Have her sit right over here.
Thank you so much, very good.
Okay, so the two witnesses, if you could please raise your right hands for the both witnesses. And do you swear that the testimony that you're both going to provide with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God? Yes. And for the interpreter, if you can please raise your right hand, do you swear that the interpretation that you're going to be providing this evening will be accurate and to the best of your ability, so help you God? Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I really don't wanna start without Joe.
Well, can we start with getting everybody's names?
Yes.
Yes, we could do that,
Let's put everybody's
yeah.
name on the record.
And you can tell us if the
And
notice
spelled-
is adequate
yeah.
and all that.
Yes.
So we have, I'm assuming Francisco.
No,
No.
My husband today is for work.
Oh, okay, okay.
Today.
Okay,
Go ahead, what's your name?
Daniel Juarez,
Daniel
Juarez,
Juarez, and,
Juarez.
J-U-R-A, I'm sorry, J-U-R-A.
Easy.
Easy, okay. Daniel, D-A-N-I-E-L, okay? And our translator? Megan?
Mainly because M as Mary, E as an elephant, I as an ice, L Larry, Y as in yes. And my last name is M as Mary, I as an ice, Z as in zebra, H as Harry, I as an ice, R as in Robert, U as in umbrella, M as Mary, B as in boy, A as in apple, Y as in nose. So,
Okay.
what's your last name? Because I'm sure I can spell it, but,
Mishumbai.
Mishirumbai.
okay.
I have it.
Why it took us long to spell it.
M-I-Z-H-I-U-M-B.
I'm gonna go with
Yes.
Mrs. M if I need to ask a question on that.
Mm.
That's easier. All right.
Okay, and
And the other lady.
so your last name is
Guaycha.
Guacha.
And your
Guacha,
first
okay.
name?
And your first name?
Guadalupe, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, let
just
me,
go through the
let me text
preliminaries.
Joe and see where he is.
Yeah, just go through the preliminaries about the notice, that everything's, that we can.
Okay, and Mr. Juarez, you are testifying as a fact witness or as,
So I'm basically a friend of the family and I'm gonna be doing some of the work that needs to be done.
okay, so you're the contractor,
basically.
effectively,
He hired
okay.
a contractor so he hired a contractor and he filled out all the application and everything.
Mm-hmm,
Some of the work he's gonna still do and some of the stuff that I can do.
Fine.
okay, so you're part of the, okay. Notice was given for this application, and it properly showed,
So we can
indicated
legally hear them. Okay.
what the application was going to be about.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it's satisfactory.
Did we get a report from Pooch?
No, he
Do it here.
I
was,
didn't think I saw it. Okay.
no,
He rescinded it. He said he was going to give the, he wanted to do cross-examination
Right, okay.
tonight
Yeah, that's fine. I
and
just-
find out what needs to be done after seeing what the testimony is.
Thank you, Jerry, because I didn't think I saw one, but then again, I didn't want to think I missed it. Where is he now? Did you find out?
I just said, are you almost here? He hasn't responded yet.
Maybe because he's almost here.
Maybe because he's almost here.
Or he's been pulled over for writing
Yeah.
texts.
Yeah, right. All he's doing is tell him he's doing it for us.
Come on, Ed, do your Frank Sinatra impersonation. Come on.
No. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Just a few moments.
There he is.
All right.
Speak of the devil.
Man of the hour.
Couldn't start without him.
We were just waiting with bated breath for you. That's okay.
Little IT emergency before I left the office.
Should take a hammer and fix it?
Yeah, just about. All right.
All right, now, Joe, would you like to give us some background as to what your thoughts were on this?
Yeah, my concerns were that, the survey with the notations on it are not specific to, the final intent of what they'd like to remain on the property.
Mhm.
And then what they're removing, what they're intending to remove, what they desire to remove, and then what they're obligated to remove regarding the easement area that's on the property.
Okay.
So I think, the balance of what you would then vote on is the impervious coverage and other
Right.
considerations, and those need to be quantified into the record. I think we can all understand that concept, what they're looking to achieve through the dialogue, and then we can craft the approval accordingly. But then it would all fall to a as-built survey of the conditions. most notably, I think that's the pool,
Right.
right? Because the pool overlaps into that encroachment area.
And that yellow area is the encroachment area?
Yeah, there's a full easement through that area that
For what?
I
Easement?
understand is conservation restriction.
Okay.
Okay, so why don't we get some testimony on the record
Right.
before we have this
Yeah, I just wanted to
conversation?
get a background of what he was.
Okay.
Okay. Who wants to start as far as telling us what now is on the property and what you guys are gonna remove or leave there or change? Who's best to say that?
If I can ask her first,
Okay, well, let the
no,
translator
We have to let
ask
the
her.
interpreter
Yeah.
ask the question.
Él está preguntando que tiene que decir todo, ya tiene ahora antes en la propiedad y es lo que quiere quitar. Bueno, yo quiero quitar. Y lo que ellos me digan, lo que ellos tomen la decisión, yo hago todo lo que tengo que hacer. Lo que sí quiero pedir es que la fensa de la parte de atrás, yo quiero tener por protección de mis hijos. Porque una vez vinieron osos, también hubo un reporte por la 268, por eso yo puse la fensa, por miedo de esos animales que vienen a nuestra casa y aparte porque ya estaba fensa ahí, ya había una fensa del anterior dueño, por eso yo lo hice.
So she said that, whatever you tell her to remove, she will, proceed to do that. And, that she only wants you to understand that when she moved, she already had the fence in there in the house, she just finished, because, with that construction, but you already had the fence.
Mhm.
She's just asking, to have that just for protection, 'cause there's, occasions that whether there's bears, she has family.
Can you ask her, just to clarify, so that fence in that location was existing when they moved into the property?
Hubo, ahí están las evidencias que hubo del anterior dueño.
Okay, yeah, she said that there's even evidence of the fence already being there when she moved.
That's the one that's over here.
But that's
someone's
over the
showing.
property
It's
line.
over the
Is that
property.
over the property line? Is that
Yeah.
on the neighbor's property,
Yeah,
this fence? I just want to make confirm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the notes on your survey say that you're going to move the fence. Now, I think what I just heard through the interpreter was a request to leave the fence. So I want to clarify that she
Yeah.
understands that the fence will be removed. And it also says here that the stone driveway will be removed for encroachment to lot 24. So it's the driveway and the fence.
so the one that she's.
I'm
gonna-
sorry, sir, the question was to this witness. Well, you can answer that again, but she just asked a request, so I want to make sure that she understands what her survey says.
Que usted ha puesto en el papel que usted quiere quitar la casa, cuál quiere y que también
Mira, la entrada de piedra, yo sé, pero diga que cuando yo quiero la fensa por protección de mis hijos, la parte de atrás.
solo la parte de atrás.
Sí, yo necesito la parte de atrás y la parte de acá porque el vecino que tenemos al lado, él nos mete mucho problema. No, él es muy, no sé cómo decirlo, digo que no sé cómo usar la palabra, pero había fensa. O sea, yo me guié por la fensa y yo no me puse donde estaba la fensa, yo puse más adelante la fensa, pero yo sí quiero por protección de mis hijos y que la fensa no está para acá, sino hay que meterla un poco, pero que si me pueden permitir eso y si no pueden ya
Pero eso es una aplicación.
Is there going to be an
Okay.
answer? Is
Okay.
there going to be an answer?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, so she says that, yeah, she put that in the application, but she would like to keep the fence in the back and, right next to the neighbor because they already been having, problems and,
Please explain to her that the fact that she can have a fence is not a problem, it's the fact of where the fence is.
It's not on her property.
Right,
That's the
you
problem.
can't put a fence on someone else's property, and we can't condone that. We can't even give variance for that. She
We
wants
don't
to
have the
still,
authorization to approve that.
right.
Period.
If she wants to move, if she wants a fence, she has to be moved onto her property line, or into her property.
Okay, we have another witness who's willing to testify in this
Okay.
regard.
El problema no es que usted no tenga la fence, sino es donde la tiene puesta. La tiene puesta en el vecino. La propiedad del vecino y no pueden autorizar eso, se lo tienen que mover. Donde el vecino quiera.
De él yo no. La prensa, en el mapa de él, yo no tengo la propiedad de él. ¿Cuál? Esta. Ah, la anterior. Ah, la de este lado.
Pero el problema no es la fence, solo es donde la tiene. Solo tienen que mover.
Ah, sí, yo sí la muevo. Dile que sí, no hay problema.
Yeah, I already explained that to her. She said that there is no problem with that. She will move the fence.
Fine. Anything that is encroaching onto someone else's property from yours has to be removed, whether it's the fence, whether it's the stone drive, whether it's any type of ground covering that's from her property onto someone else's has to be pushed back.
So es lo que porque no hay problema que tenga la fence, solo tiene que moverlo todo a su propiedad y no tiene que quitar nada de lo que le pertenece a su propiedad y tener la propiedad del vecino.
Está bien, dile que yo hago todo.
Okay, she understands that she will do
Who, ask her, I see evidence that says Stone Drive, then it says Stone, and then in the yellow it says, who put that stone in on the right-hand side there, next to the fence? When was that stone put in?
La piedrita, dile que porque cuando llovía, bueno, nosotros había como una piedrita diferente. La misma piedrita, pero dile que yo solo le puse la piedrita por protección, porque era como que le protegía la zona, pero no es una, pero si es de sacarlo, la saco.
Okay, yeah, she said that she's who moved that stone in there and put, stone in there just for protection, I guess she was just.
No, I understand that, but,
She did it.
There.
yeah, she did, okay. So, it looks like the stone is also onto someone else's property, is that true, is that correct?
Dice que también, porque eso está como que invadiendo la propiedad de
¿Cuál sería esta? Pero ok, dile que no hay problema, que yo arreglo, pero solo fue este
Pero
lado.
usted sabía que estaba invadiendo la propiedad.
No, porque yo según me guié con esos palitos que ponen los inspectores, ¿cómo se llama?
Okay, so I think that she needs to move it because she didn't know that it was invading the neighbor's property, but she said that she didn't make that, so she needs.
Y si puedo decir algo, dile que eso no fue el vecino de acá.
Well, okay, we still have the issue of ground coverage. I mean, whether she takes that in off of her property, off of the next door neighbor property, there's still 46% ground coverage. Explain that to her. There's 46% of the ground coverage is impervious coverage. Stone, blacktop, building, deck. We have to get that lowered somehow.
What's off for, 25%? 1/5 of your land has to be uncovered from what you have.
Dile que está bien, no hay problema, yo hago todo.
Okay.
Lo que yo ya no quiero tener problemas,
Wait a
porque
minute,
fue una sola, porque yo no quiero tener problemas, porque a mí lo que veo que
No,
que
none
la
of it.
persona que está haciendo todo esto, yo ya estoy aturrida porque nosotros hicimos lo que vimos en el plano de nuestro patio y nos guiamos por la fence que
Was
había
allowed.
anterior. Y yo sé que no tiene puesto pero ya de todo.
Yeah, she said that she would take care of it, that she just, followed the fence, that it was already there.
Now, I'm not just talking about what's over someone else's property, talking about what's even on her property. You know,
El porte de la fensa, ¿cuánto es?
Denied.
¿Qué
not about the-
tamaño me
it's
van
not
a
about
dar?
that.
Sit here for my help. Okay.
Sí.
So
Have a
she's
Snickers
asking about the fence that, or whatever that is on the property, how much it should be allowed.
all right, the ordinances say 25% of your property, only 25% can be covered by impervious coverage, meaning things that don't absorb water. Right now, you have 46%. That's almost double what you're allowed. So all the stone along the driveway on the right-hand side should be replaced with grass in order to get it lower. Also, you have the encroachment on the easement, which has to be removed, which is the pool and part of your wood deck.
Okay,
Has
you
to
gotta
be-
go slow, because the
Okay.
interpreter
All right,
needs
that's
a
it.
moment.
That's it, I'm sorry, you're right, I should know that.
So, el dijo que se tiene 46%. Sí, sí, el doble. En todo esto lo que está la piña es que se tienen que renovar toda su hierba. Hierba, sí, sí. Césped, sí, se tienen que renovar toda su piscina. El resto del río también se renovar.
Wait a minute.
Sí, sí, me entendí. Lo que yo digo, entonces hay que poner hierba.
So these lines,
Y ahí
they
eso
go
es lo que
together.
nosotros tenemos que ir a sacar el permiso.
Yes, I told her
No,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
So she's asking for the stone to remove the stone, and, she would have to get a permit for that as well, to come here and get that permit, or how?
A permit to remove it or a permit
Para
to?
remover.
Just to remove it, she just.
No, if
No,
if
you
we
don't
make
need
that as a
anything.
condition, no, you just, that's us telling you to do it,
Okay.
telling her.
Okay, mejor.
Yeah, well, yeah, she said it's fine, that if she has to do it, she will do it.
Sí, porque después
I have a question. Is that where the cars go on? Does anything go on those stones? Like, do you drive anything across it, or?
Tú guardas ahí tu carro, tú pones ahí en ese.
Sí, yo sé poner el carrito. Tenemos 4.
Okay.
Sí.
So, yeah, she said that that's where she, usually, puts her car, she has
Okay.
her cars.
Joe, if I have a question. So if a car drives over it, that's it? It's not impervious, or it is?
Oh, no, of course it is.
It is.
Yeah, doesn't matter what
It's
drives
lot,
over.
well,
It's
Well, I mean, if you just have
lot
stone
coverage.
and nothing's
So
on
for
it.
the purpose of the 25% discussion,
Yeah.
bulk standards, lot coverage is all improved area.
Right.
So partially impervious gravel compared to pavement is the same thing.
Yeah,
Like, for instance, just landscaping, where I have trees and I have my gravel around it, nobody
Yeah,
walks on, nobody goes on
loose-
it.
Loose gravel in a landscape area is
This doesn't
an
qualify.
exception. to
Okay,
that.
this doesn't qualify.
Right.
Okay.
Well, which-
Ornamental stone in your landscape area is different than what you compact with your vehicle.
Car, okay, I understand, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
And although this is going to be removed, they should check our town ordinances. You're not allowed to park cars on your grass.
right.
So when this is removed, it won't be a driveway.
Well, they how many cars fit on the driveway? Ask her.
For this, just checking. Yes, 4.
You won't be able to park them.
On the, no, how many cars would fit on what's paved now that's actually the driveway? Not on the stone, but just on the, what it says here, Macadam Drive.
¿Cuántos carros le caben en su driveway? Porque ya está hecho todo conectado.
Cuando
Sin contar este lado de
aquí,
cuántos de que
aquí sí entran 4, pero pegaditos, pegaditos.
porque vamos, cuando esto se vaya a quitar las piedras y ponerse, pues no puede pasar ningún carro.
Yeah.
Eso es lo que me parece. Okay, so yeah, she's saying that, her driveway right now, 4 cars fit. Her 4 cars fit, but it's like very, very tight.
Okay.
So,
Ask her, what is this circle that is below the pool? What is that?
that's just,
Fire pit?
Así es, ya.
Oh, it says fire pit, okay. That's considered impervious, right, Joe? The fire
Yes.
pit?
Yeah,
Okay. So,
yeah, the fire pit, the pavers,
The
the
wall.
pool,
Right.
all of it. I mean, I think it's accurately depicted here as 7,013.7 square feet.
okay. What if, could you calculate, what if we take away the stone next to the house, the stone by the shed, the pool, and the walkway to the, and the wooden deck and the walkway to the deck, but leave the little bit of stone next to the driveway? How much would we get down to?
Well,
Removing.
start with 25% of the 15,000, right?
Yeah.
Is 3,750.
Okay.
So if you start on the compliant plan, then you have 1343.2 is the house and garage. The 47.9 is the covered porch. The macadam driveway. And then the concrete walk. So, and let's say the frame shed. so that leaves us with about 1,122 to play with. So, if we look at.
Did you also factor in the
Right, so if we say
paver?
that the house, so on the as-built calculation, the first 1, 2, 3, and then the fifth being the concrete, and then down to the frame shed, and then we're gonna need the
Paver terrace.
62.8 of the porch and steps. It gives us 960 square feet to work with. 952 is the pavers. So that would leave you with a stone, the entirety of stone driveway, the wood deck, the pool, and the fire pit would all need to be removed to get to a fully compliant
25%.
plan. Right, you could, to get to 25%, so,
Can you say that again? Which would have to be removed?
so the stone driveway,
The 2647.2.
yeah, 2647, the wood deck, the pool, the fire pit.
Okay.
And that would leave you with, so items 1, 2,
Joe, sorry to interrupt, but any of that paver path going alongside the pool to the wood deck?
That would come out too.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's in the calculation. If they're gonna lose it,
Where's
they
that?
get credit for it.
We didn't swear.
There's a little path.
Oh, yeah, Joe?
Joe, I
You're
have
gonna
to swear
swear
you
at
in.
me.
I'm sorry. If you can raise your right hand, do you swear that the testimony that you have given and that you're about to give with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Does it count if
Carry
it's a
on.
wrong hand?
Does it count if I'm a lefty?
Yeah, no, yeah. if you're a
Everything I
lefty,
do
you're
as a
excused.
lefty is
Yeah,
sinister, right?
That's okay, yeah.
That's right.
No, as a fellow lefty, you're fine.
So that's all part of pavers, not pavers terrace, is that what that is? Is that why
I
it's
think,
in there? It's
I
part of
think
pavers already? Okay.
pavers and paver terrace, as they're
Okay.
listed on the plan, is the same fully combined 952.8.
Okay.
Now, Joe, were you also taking out the stone next to the macadam here?
Ed, before we do that, can I just finish with this?
Yeah,
And just
I'm sorry.
make sure that they're not losing pavers in pavers terrace, right? They're not losing 952 square feet on that, are they?
No, so that was the last thing I was backing to. So items, the house, items 1, 2, and 3, house, covered porch,
They
macadam
stay.
driveway, they stay. 4, stone drive, remove. 5, concrete, stays. 6 and 7, wood deck and pool, removed. Frame shed, stays. Porch and steps, stays. The pavers then can stay, and that leaves us 8 square feet to be fully compliant. And
So
the
that
fire
little
pit, and the
path
fire pit and
stays.
stone removes. So now we can discuss items 4, 6, 7, and 11, which is Stone
Joe, I'm sorry,
Drive.
Before we go on, I just want to make sure I know what's going on. Before we go on, the little path there, that so far is staying.
No, the path to the wood deck goes, since you don't have the path to go to.
But we haven't removed that yet.
No, he said the wood deck goes.
Hold on,
next
let
to the
Joe
pool.
answer the question, please,
Okay,
so I'm
right.
not confused. Joe, do you see what I'm asking?
The area wrapping around the pool,
Yes.
I consider that as all part of the pavers in the calculation.
All part of the.
So
pavers.
the paver terrace and then the slightly grayer pavers that then wraps the pool,
Yes,
I believe is
all
complete.
part of the 950.
Yes.
too.
Yeah, but if the pool goes, then you don't need that thing that wraps around the pool and the wood deck.
You still need the paver terrace behind the house.
Right, but for.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way I understand it,
Simplistic terms of looking at whole items in this chart.
No, I understand
To
that.
get us to 25% compliant, and then
Right.
we can discuss the variance relief to increase to leave anything else.
I understand that.
Right.
But I just want to make sure that you're not, that if you subtract this little walkway here and the wood deck, we'll get more more pervious to possibly add something else in, is what I'm saying.
So that's kind of what the question that I'm asking,
Yeah.
and he's almost there, I think, is with, everything is included, pavers, paver terrace, and path, which is not labeled, but yet we're calling it that anyway.
Yeah.
That's all part of the 952.8 on the chart, labeled pavers, but he hasn't removed all that yet. He's gonna work on, right? Isn't that what you're gonna do? You're gonna work on, pavers hasn't come out yet, is that correct?
The pavers in total can stay and be
For now.
with 8 square feet remaining to get to 25% compliance,
So that's in.
right?
I
Even the
still
path
want
is
to
in.
clarify something, Jerry. This little walkway that starts back here and goes to the wood deck, are you taking that out or leaving it in?
Not
yet.
Not yet,
Not
okay.
yet. But
Now,
I look at the, so, okay.
Yeah.
First things first. The green area that's an encroachment into the neighbor's property,
well, that's on your deck, we don't see that.
it's right there.
We have
Oh,
it.
the green area, oh, the
Right
green
there.
area, I'm
Green
sorry. I
area
got you.
of the
The fence.
encroachment of the fence
Right.
and the stone into the neighbor's property
Right,
is not within the jurisdiction of this board to consider remaining.
right, exactly, that has
So,
to come out.
It has to come out, or they need to get an easement from the neighbor, something, right, in
It's
writing.
easier to move it.
Right. So that green area is removed.
But you
Same-
can't even consider that as coverage because it's not part of their property.
I don't believe it's in the.
She agreed
ca-
to that before
it's
you
not
got
in the
here.
calculation.
Right, okay.
Right? Then, to observe the conservation easement, without a
Right.
copy of this deed in front of us, we
Right.
must assume that it must be wholly in conservation,
Right,
right? Which means restoring any improvements from that area.
right,
The stone, the wood deck.
right.
There's a little bit of an overlap of that pavers underneath the steps of the wood deck.
And a little
I think that's
overlap.
de minimis. The pool itself would have to slightly shift forward out of that area,
Right, or be taken out.
or be taken out in whole,
Okay.
right? The 256 of the pool, I currently have coming out,
Okay.
and that could be part of the variance relief for the increase in impervious coverage over 25%.
All right. Now,
If we set a threshold on all the areas to go in over the 25% at 1,000 square feet, that maintains stormwater mitigation exemption for them. So we can go up 1,000 square feet over that value. And that, 1,000 over. That's 6.7% increase, so roughly 31%.
And they don't have to have
32% of impervious lot coverage if we settle in at, I'm not recommending.
No, I
this, but
understand. You
If we,
explained it.
if that threshold is kept under, there's no dry wells, there's no stormwater mitigation for them to pursue.
Fine.
Good.
So our goal is, for their sake and their cost effectiveness and just not having to put more things on their property, we
Yes.
want to keep it 31 or under.
Well, we should communicate this to them, and let them
Yes.
make
Yeah,
a
we will,
decision.
but I wanted to get that straight
So-
first.
Yeah,
So my recommendation to the applicant would be to prioritize the stone driveway areas that you need to fit for the cars that the family needs on the property.
So let me ask you a question before we communicate that. That would approximately be this little area here then, next to the macadam. The little area next to the macadam. It's a rectangle right next to the macadam.
Yeah, the 41 ton.
yeah, she said,
Not next to the house.
400?
Not next to the house, just a little bit right here.
yeah, she said all her cars fit in the driveway, so they probably just need a little pull-off area so they don't block each
Well,
other.
that's why I said this right
Yeah,
here.
that's probably all they need.
Yes, it's roughly 400 to 500 square feet right there, that's half of it.
Okay, all right.
Right? The fire pit and the pool would get you close to the other 500 square feet. That would leave everything of the stone driveway, rear of the chain link fence line, in the front, right? The corner of the house, to be removed.
Right, exactly. From the corner of the house back. But how could you move that pool? You really can't move the pool
It's
from
an
where it is.
above-ground pool, right?
It is above ground.
Yeah, but you've got pavers right next to it, though.
You could ask the contractor, he's
Yeah,
here.
okay.
You gotta move the pavers.
Yeah, you're gonna, I mean,
okay.
you're gonna pull out the pavers and set this thing
Forward,
forward
okay.
outside of a confirmed stakeout of the limit of the
Okay.
conservation easement.
Now, would you explain to her that we've been talking to our engineer, and we've tried to determine to get as low amount of ground coverage as we can without going over a specific number, which is 31%. Okay, now tell her that that would entail removing the stone next to the house and the stone behind the house around the shed all the way to the wood fence area. Well, you know, we calculated it in the. Yeah, well, I'll get to that, yeah. Okay, now, we've also calculated that in order to, she has a choice. She either can take the pool out entirely. If she leaves the pool, we still have to take out the wood deck and the walkway all the way going to the wood deck that's around the pool.
And the pool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, so she says that she will stay with the pool, she wants to stay with the
Okay, but even if the pool stays, the wood deck and the walkway to it has to be taken out.
Yes, I already
And she has to move the pool to her own
I'm
property.
getting to that. I'm
Okay.
taking it one step at a time. If she wants to keep the pool has to be moved further close toward the house, toward Union Street, which means some of the pavers has to come out, and the pool has to be moved. How many feet would you say that is, Joe? How many feet does that pool encroach?
It's about 5 feet.
All right, the pool has to be moved 5 feet toward the house, toward Union Street, basically.
So, since the three persons,
You can put it anywhere they want, actually. You can put it over here if they want.
okay, so, explaining that to her, she says that she's just going to remove the pool.
Okay, that's her choice.
She said she's going to
Remove
remove
the pool? Okay.
Okay.
Because, explain to her that both the pool and that wooden deck encroach on an easement area, and you can't do that.
Hey,
That's-
Ed, just please let her know that the pool can go anywhere on her property that's not
Yeah,
constricted by
I-
easement. It doesn't
I-
have to be 2 feet forward. It could be the other side of the yard if they want. It could be anywhere on her property.
Okay, but, I mean, okay, just tell her that right now, the pool and the wood deck encroach on the easement area, and we can't allow that, okay? Tell her that. I'm taking it in slow.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just-
No, I know.
Okay, now, as one of my fellow board members just said, the pool can theoretically be moved to the opposite side of that wood, of the paver terrace, if you want to move it to the, you know,
Or
right.
anywhere else on your
this-
property.
Or anywhere else, but, well, actually, there's not really anywhere else.
Well-
It can't be close, it can't be in the easement. So theoretically, you can move the pool to the other side of that paver and keep it out of the easement, if she chose to.
And you can't put it near the property line.
Well,
Right.
depending,
Well, the property line's over here, so.
depending on how large it is
You can't put it there.
No.
and what they
Can I
put
say
around it.
something about the pool?
We're gonna be back
Can I
here.
say something
Yes,
about-
yes.
So basically, she wanted to keep the pool for one more year, and so she don't think she would like to pay for somebody to move it.
Okay,
Just to
then
keep
take,
it for
then the
one
best
year.
thing is to take it
To
out.
take it out.
Because it doesn't pay to move it 5 feet if you're gonna take it out in a year.
I mean, yeah.
And you understand what our position is. Our hands are tied. You can't be in an easement, you can't
She understands.
can't do that. So, with all that, what would we have as far as ground coverage? If we took out the stone everything south, north of the corner of the house, the pool, that wood deck, the walkway to it, what would we have then?
It's easier to go.
Okay,
the
you figure it out
opposite-
any
Yeah,
way
it's
you
either to
want.
go the opposite way.
Okay.
So if they're removing the pool, then all I'm adding back in is still the fire pit and 410 square feet of the stone next, that
Next to the
widens
macadam,
macadam
right,
driveway.
okay. So how much percentage do we have then?
Around 27.
That's a lot lower.
Well, there's only 15,000 square feet, so every square foot really.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
makes a difference.
Right. So.
I suspect not very long. Sure.
Can I ask a question? How long have you lived at this house?
Llevo viviendo ya 5 años.
So she moved in 2021?
No, en el 2019. 5 años.
Okay, so she's been here since 2019.
Okay.
I got us at 28.87.
So we're under the 25 then.
No, under 28.
28.
28, I'm sorry, I thought you said 20, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't hear you. 28,
28.87.
okay, so that's a lot closer to 25.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Still within our stormwater exemption.
Right, okay. All right, does any other board members have questions? I know I didn't mean to monopolize this, and I haven't dealt with the position of the shed yet, but as far as ground coverage goes, are there any other opinions on it, or any other, thoughts about it? Okay, you heard what Joe said, you heard what we did, does that sound good? As far as any other suggestions about ground coverage? Jerry?
I guess, we're very close, Joe, to stormwater mitigation requirements. How close are we to that?
Anything over 31 would.
31?
Anything over the 31.5%.
So we're down to 28. so
Okay,
that-
good, all right.
yeah. Now,
So I'm just curious why they built this even after they were issued a denial. That's a whole
yeah, I know.
thing in and of itself. Like, can you ask her why it was
Yeah,
constructed even if
what
they-
inspired all this construction on the property?
even after there was a denial from the construction permit?
And more construction after that.
Pero solo fue la agencia que yo pregunté.
She said that she only, asked for the fence, not for the
Y
rest.
también de
Well,
esto
in-
de que
in-
del paving me está hablando, ¿cierto? No, del paving sí saqué. Pero era por los niños y porque, no sé, a mí cuando me vendieron la casa, no sé, porque era el dueño un policía, no sé qué sería, pero él tenía hecho una parte, pero yo no tengo la culpa, porque yo ya compré la casa así, entonces,
No, solo me
Cuando-
está diciendo por qué me está diciendo eso.
porque ya había, que sí había.
Solo quería terminar.
Exactamente.
Okay, so, to answer your question, she said that the only reason why she started that whole construction, even though she got denied, is because the job, it was already there, she just wanted to finish the whole thing. Like, even the pavement, she already seen, like, some pavement, so she decided to finish the pavement. She's seen,
Even though the town
the
told her
fence-
In
yeah,
2020.
Even though the town told her. not to.
approved construction? Okay, okay.
So in 2020, you were told no, but in 22 and 24, you added a pool, a deck, and a shed, and a driveway, knowing that you were already denied. Let's not fight that.
The shed that's there, sheds have to be 10 feet from the property line, Joe? Yell at it.
Sheds are 10 feet, yeah, the 10.
And how many feet is
setbacks.
it now?
2.25.
2.5.
Okay. Ken, what does that shed sit on?
It's just, on cinder blocks, I think. It can be moved.
It can be moved, okay. That shed needs to be moved at least 10 feet, minimum 10 feet from the property line, so you have to move it.
Okay.
You can't move it into the easement zone, you can only move it to its left as you're looking at it.
Yeah.
What's kept in the shed?
¿Qué guardan?
Ahí solo guardamos las cosas que se corta el césped, lo que a veces se asa,
Just like a storage room, just to keep things for the house.
Oh, okay, fine. No lawnmowers, things like that? Okay. All right, yeah, there's no lawn.
Everything's covered.
Good point. So, just ask her again to confirm. She's agreed, and we're not saying that this is something that we know that she's just agreed to, whether it's our decision or not, but, she's agreed to remove the pool, the wood deck, the walkway to the wood deck, all the stone from the corner of the house to the rear, correct? Is that true? Is it? Yeah. Just confirm that again with her.
And then moving the fence over.
Yeah, and also move that fence line back onto her property. And that's another reason why you have to move the shed, because you want room to put that fence in there, between the fence and the property line.
por eso mover el lado que es lo correcto, pero de altura, tú sientes la altura, quiero saber si está bien o tengo que arreglar eso también.
So she says that she understands the part, she has a question for the, side, not the side, but the height of the fence.
What is the height of the fence right now? What is the ordinance as far as fences in front of the front line of the house? You know, so it's not supposed to be over what, 2 feet?
No, anything over 6 feet requires a construction permit.
Oh, anything over 6 feet?
Yes.
6, yes.
So 6 feet or less, you're okay?
6 feet is okay, as long as
Okay.
it doesn't go in the front yard.
Right, but this fence is going in the front lawn.
It's,
No, it
it's
doesn't.
at the corner and rear.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no fence beyond that? Oh, I'm sorry, I saw a dotted line at the.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it
sorry.
No,
comes
it
back to
stops.
the
Okay,
corner of the
my
house.
mistake, I didn't see there was no circles there.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't break the front plane of the
Okay,
house.
so there's no fence in the front lawn, that's fine, okay,
So they'll go with the fences then, okay.
yeah.
So anything over 6 feet, we need a permit.
Right, but it is only 6 feet, right? Okay.
You need, anything over 6 feet, you need a
And
construction
you have to
permit and a
remove,
zoning.
you have to, obviously, when you're removing the stone,
2 permits, yeah.
would you explain to her that even though we're so, at this point, we've discussed it, and anything that's going beyond the property line that's next to the macadam driveway is, if it's stone, has to be pulled off of that property. That little green strip right here, the little green strip that's part of this has to be taken off.
Ed, if I could just throw this out there, would
Sure.
it be a good idea to just block everything out and just show it to her, like what's gotta come out? Just block everything out.
Well, that, yeah,
I know we explained it, but just to show her this way, to cover us, is that a good idea or not? I'm just throwing it out there.
okay, I don't know how we'll do that, but,
Black magic mark and just.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that once a resolution is written in
Yes.
either direction, then Joe,
Yeah, the resolution will give the
yes,
direction.
Joe and I will
Yes.
be the ones
Yeah.
on the flip side to
Right.
make sure that everything is gonna be,
Yeah.
yes.
I think we've
Brought into
sufficiently
compliance.
explained it.
Okay, I just want to throw it out there, because
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
I understand.
through 2 or 3 translations, sometimes something gets
No,
misunderstood.
no, I agree, appreciate that, but I think
All right, very good.
we've isolated everything that we wanted removed.
Very good.
And, okay. What is your opinion? I know you, can you live with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
No, you don't have to do anything, I'm just asking.
And then the wood fence in the back has to move to the easement line?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, it has to be, well, okay, can you put that fence in the easement or not? Is that allowable? Is a fence allowed to go through the easement or not?
Yes.
Without a deed, we have to assume the conservation easement has to be
maintained in natural state.
Right.
Right, but is a fence considered non-natural state, or, because the fence line goes
I haven't
through.
seen one there.
There wasn't a fence there before.
I mean, what I'm saying is, it is enough of an intrusion on the easement that it has to not be in the easement.
Or does it have to be on the line, the end, the bottom? of
Right,
the
does it
yellow
have to
line?
be on the bottom of the easement
It
line?
should be, so that its location doesn't encourage continued disturbance in the
Of the
conservation
easement
area.
line, okay.
You
Okay.
don't need a fence.
Right.
But if the fence was to be on the property, it should be at the boundary of the conservation easement.
Okay, well, that's another thing we have to explain, thank you. And I just caught that, because, would you explain to her that the fence line that's behind this yellow here has to come in front of the yellow line? Has to go where the pool is now, and across the line there. Okay, because as our engineer just said, explained to her that it's because the fence encroached into an easement, we can't allow that. Tell her that.
They only have 10,000 square feet on this property.
So what
A third of the property is an easement.
Sorry, can you just repeat that?
The yellow section here is a conservation easement. So nothing unnatural can be in that area. A fence is considered man-made. So you have to take the fence and move it in front of the easement line, not into it.
Is it-
Bless you.
Bless you.
If you want a fence.
If you want the fence, right. Okay. It sounds to me like she wants a fence.
Yeah, she does want
Yes.
to.
No, I-
But she will move on her property.
Okay. All right, now, we just went over moving the shed, moving the fence, removing the stone, removing the pool, removing the wood deck, removing the walkway to the wood deck. Is that all that we're removing?
Sounds about right.
Moving the fence off the property line, or back onto the property line?
Yeah.
Does that sum it up, Joe, about what we talked
I'm
about?
just double checking it
Okay,
here.
double check.
So. Okay, so I have. That doesn't track. I had the only things, I had everything remaining with the removal of the wood deck and the pool complete,
Right.
and then the stone driveway, 410 square feet remaining, so about 2,200 square feet being removed.
Right. Everything
From the house
from the
back.
corner of the house back is removed.
With a chain link, with that chain link fence.
Fence being pushed back onto their property.
It's like 29%.
Yeah, so I have us at 4,330.7 square feet to remain, which is approximately 28.87%.
That's what I got.
So it's a 3.87% increase.
Okay.
Variance.
That's unbelievable, you got it down that much.
Well, that's a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
If it's 28.87, can we say 29, just to make
We
it?
can call
Yes.
it 29,
You can
yeah.
call
Call
it
it 29, you round it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
If you want to add something, there's a really tiny stone wall towards the front on the left. You could throw that in for the de minimis.
Yeah, I mean, it could be 29, it could be
Yeah.
30.
Okay,
I think at that,
29 is good.
yeah.
yeah, 29 is good, okay. So what our engineer just figured out, that by the time we eliminate everything we've eliminated and leave everything you're gonna leave and modify everything you're gonna modify, it's gonna be 29%, where 25 is allowed, so that's only a 4% increase over the 25. So we're getting back down to a number that is more realistic on ground coverage. Could you explain that to her?
Cost a fortune.
She understands that? Okay, all right. Now, you do understand that all of my board members have to vote for that. So this is just something that is a discussion. I can't speak for everyone here, but this is something we've gotten a give and take. So, you know, we'll vote on it, and if it passes, then that's what she has to do, okay?
Where are we if it doesn't pass? We have to still rip it out,
Yeah.
all of the things that were done on our permit, right?
Yes, everything has to go back down to 25%.
Yes.
I just wanted to confirm.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Does anyone have any questions at this time of our expert, our engineer, or of the applicant concerning any aspect of this application?
I'm okay, thank you.
Anybody?
Members of the public?
Yes, I will. Are there any members of the public that have any questions of the applicant or our engineer at this time? Yes, come on up, state your name, give them the microphone,
Tell nobody can do it.
name, address. And I'm gonna let you ask a question, and then I'm gonna ask you you can comment also. Is there anyone else out there that wants to ask a question or comment besides this individual? So we've got you up here, ask your questions, and swear you in, you can ask a question, but swear him in so
Well,
you
for
can-
now, we're just
Oh,
asking
just
questions.
ask questions,
Just asking questions now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you-
talking to the mic.
Can you please
I
state your
don't know if
name?
this is
Yeah,
a question or
name and
not.
address.
Your name for the
Okay,
record,
my name is
please?
Carl Sundberg. I'm on Main Avenue. I also have the adjoining property on Union Street.
Which is what side? of the
That'll be
road?
on the left as you're looking at the house from
On the
Union
left,
Street.
not the one that has the fence on it?
No.
Okay,
No,
go
that's
ahead.
the guy that owns the Cascade.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm
The
sorry,
question
you're
that
facing it, you're on the left?
yes.
I'm on the left.
Facing on the
yeah.
left, so you're the
Yeah.
wooded lot next to it.
Right.
On the left, you're facing the property,
Right.
okay,
Now,
sorry.
the question I would have is the fact that nothing has been mentioned about the fact that the property height was raised about 4 feet. Now, I did question it with the DEP because they had application in 2010 when that property was rebuilt by Joe Bartolotta's relative. And all the things were approved that were done to that property was with DEP standards. After they moved in, the property on the left side, if you're looking at it, where that small stone wall is, was bulkheaded with large boulders, and about 10 truckloads of dirt backfilled it to level it off.
You're
So
talking
it-
about this property?
That property.
The property we're
This property
discussing.
that we're
Yes.
discussing. So your question is to the
How
applicant?
was that allowed?
Okay,
And what year was that done?
That would be the year they moved in.
Okay.
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 So
So you're saying
2019.
that there's illegal fill on that property?
Yes.
Okay.
The DEP also backed me up on that when I called them and talked to them about it.
You fix it.
Okay, that part, I'm going to swear you in
Yeah.
after they answer this question, and you'll state that on the record again.
Okay.
We'd like to know what you learned from the DEP. But that's the question to the applicant.
Just ask her about the fill dirt that was brought in.
No, dile lo que yo puedo hablar, que él se puso bravo, que una vez el policía nosotros no nos puso un pique y él se puso bravo y comenzó la pelea entre mi esposo y él. Y ellos se fueron de palabras y él nos puso letreros racistas. Eso dile, por eso él está aquí.
Okay, so
No,
she doesn't,
no sé nada de eso, de lo que él está hablando.
so she doesn't have an answer, for that question because she doesn't know. She says that there's no filters, nothing
Did she pay to have someone bring dirt into the property?
No.
Or did anybody in her family do
Right.
that?
No, she doesn't know nothing about that.
What,
She doesn't even know what he's talking about.
okay. All right, would you swear him in?
Yeah, sir, could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Would you explain to us when approximately the filter, as you know it, went
Well,
onto the property?
did you witness?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
my yard adjoins, and then it also goes out to Main Avenue. And I did see, and I would hear, this rumbling, and trucks were bringing in huge boulders. Now, everybody's most welcome to come out to Union Street and see all the boulders on the property. And then it was backfilled. That property was leveled off. When Menezes owned the house, and this is way back before Joe Bartolotta's cousin bought the house, the property had a slope to it, but now it is leveled off, which
And that
means
happened when,
right after they bought the house.
okay.
So,
Do you recall any markings or labels on the trucks that were?
no,
delivering the
no,
dirt?
because I was looking through the woods at it, but you could hear it happening, and I watched it. And I figured, so what? You know, but now it is backfilled, and if you come over to my lot, you'll see it's about 4 feet higher. There is a wall, and then the fence goes from there, and then the pool goes from there, and then the deck goes from there, and then there's a pergola on top, which puts it up to about the second floor. So all of this was backfilled, and I watched it.
What, are you talking the whole length of the property or just the front?
In that back corner, as you're looking at the property, where that fence is, that you see there's a strip of fence across the front,
Yeah.
from about that part to the left.
The front of the property here or the
Yep.
back? The
All the
front,
way down the line,
all the way down the line?
all the way down the line to the back.
So to the left side of the house?
Left side.
Yes, yep.
Not the house itself, obviously.
The house, yeah, they put in new foundation. They left it on the same footprint. That was a requirement, that they could only put it on the same footprint. The other requirement was that they were not allowed to have a garage. When the applicant applied with the town for a garage, they told him he could trade off the garage for a deck. So he took the deck off and put up a garage. He also wanted the driveway paved, and they told him no, he could not do that because of the impervious coverage.
Where's
But the driveway
garage?
has since been paved
Where's the garage?
with the garage.
It's on where the driveway is.
Oh, okay.
Wait, there's a garage?
I don't see a garage.
Oh, yeah, there's a garage.
Oh,
At the
well,
corner
in the
of the-
house. Okay.
Attached garage at the
Right.
corner.
It's
Yeah, he
attached.
wanted a two-car, and they told him absolutely
Oh,
not.
so he didn't change it from a one car?
No, no, he wanted, when they rebuilt the house on the same footprint,
Right.
he wanted a two-car garage, and they said no, but he could have a one if he took down the deck in the rear.
And you also
They,
said,
wait, they being DEP or
The-
they being the township?
The people that bought the house before them.
you also said something about the driveway, that it was not to be paved, but then it was
Correct.
paved after the fact.
Right.
When was it paved?
Oh, about a year or two after they moved in.
Okay.
It was stone.
So,
Need a soil fill permit.
so I'm gonna offer a little bit of testimony.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can confirm what I'm looking up with exhibits as necessary to put them on record.
Okay.
I'm looking at njpropertyfacts.com,
Mm-hmm.
source for tax card information.
Yes.
I have the seller, Menez, to Horvat on September 3rd, 2008. And then I have the sale from Horvat to the applicant on September 23rd, 2019.
Okay.
Now, in aerial imagery from nearmap.com, there is an October 2nd, 2019 aerial image that shows a truck in the driveway that was stone at the time, what appears to be fully loaded dump truck of fill material on the right side of the property,
On the driveway side.
on the driveway side in what was a stone driveway where the macadam driveway is.
Okay.
And then February 2020 imagery shows the full width of the driveway area of the property line, and then what appears to be the fence as we understand it to currently exist on the survey.
And that fence wasn't there in 2019? What can you tell?
In 2019, it was not present.
Okay.
So it was installed after the applicant
After
purchased
the,
the
after the
property,
purchase of the property.
contrary to the
I,
earlier testimony.
I can't, from the aerial imagery, it's not clear how much of the lot in October 2019, because there's tree coverage as well, how much of the lot was perhaps disturbed and filled. But the February 23, 2020 imagery shows areas of the yard that appear to either be dead grass or straw over them to be germinating. So it would appear
Yeah,
that
and where is
much
that
of
area?
the front left, around the left side to the rear,
Okay.
was
Reseeded,
reseeded,
which would
which would
indicate there
be
might have been
consistent with
what he
the
observed.
disturbance patterns, right, that he testified to.
Do you notice any effect, what you're saying, what you're telling us about the rising level of that land, do you notice any negative effect to the property that you have on the left?
I have the lowest piece of property on Main Avenue. And yes, but can I blame him for it? Oops, I'm sorry, no. Because this has been happening everywhere. You
I
know,
understand.
The
I'm just
water
wondering if
is
you-
now 3 feet deep when it was about 6 inches deep. You know, but every flood starts with one drop, and that's another drop.
No, I understand. That's what I was asking,
Yeah.
if you noticed any significant change
Yeah.
between what was existing prior to
Well, we
that.
haven't had, yes, the last flood was very deep. It was up to my waist, so that was
In
in
that
the yard.
area of your property.
Right. Now, I had thought, and someone suggested, because in the back of my building, I have marks on the wall with every date on it from 95, showing the depth of the water. And someone said, well, why don't you take a picture of that? And I thought, even Matlock would blow that out of the water and say, hey, somebody did that yesterday. So,
But it's your testimony that we've taken.
And that also, there's the little stream that goes
Yes.
along that property too,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
essentially what they did was they built a barrier, a riparian barrier to prevent water from coming on their property.
Exactly.
So that's gonna go somewhere else.
the overflow goes
Right.
somewhere else, and it pushes it off to the rear.
Right. Which is another kind of,
Does your building flood?
Oh, yeah.
What is that, a house or a?
The store, it's on ground level.
Oh,
So, and the property, it's built on the property, it's the old Metzler property, and it
Right.
drops off in the back, and you'll maybe have about 12 inches in the front of the building where it meets the street.
it's the
But it-
stream that goes from Somerset across Maine.
right.
Right.
To behind this property.
Right.
Yes.
That's where he lives.
And it only floods when it backwashes. When the river backs up, then it comes up. You can watch it come up, and there's a certain part where I know that, okay, now we're in trouble.
So, to align with that testimony, the FEMA maps show the area to be in Zone AE, part of the floodplain.
Okay,
The entirety of the property, the entirety of the roadway,
okay.
which means that any improvements since the time of DEP permits to reconstruct the home are subject to DEP's
Approval.
flood hazard area rules, which means anything that is to remain on the property would require
DEP approval.
DEP's approval.
Yes.
Or their indication of a lack of interest
In it, right.
to permit it
Right, okay,
under the regulatory program.
okay. So the less impervious coverage, the less likely the DEP
So
will be.
to the extent of anything that this board considers to allow to remain, it still is subject to DEP as an outside agency before,
As is everything
before
we do.
COs can be issued for it to remain, because there's nothing to construct again.
Right, it's deconstruction.
Right.
Yep.
But everything we do is subject to somebody's approval.
But it is comprehensive to the entirety of the lot, so
Right.
it is any of the contemplated improvements. There's no benefit to leaving certain things and not others that might be outside that flood line.
Right.
So where does our authority begin and end with regard to fill?
We don't have it.
Where does that lie?
That we have a local lot grading permit,
Yes.
right, which considers that fill, but to the extent that our review would be relatively cursory to the DEP's review of what they would know as an existing condition at the time they issued a prior permit, and then a complete survey of the property topo-wise now. So from their file records, they would deduce what that fill was on the property,
And what is
and
that?
then
Yeah.
address it. Whether they choose to address it as an enforcement issue or a land use permitting issue is the discretion of DEP.
Right, but we have no authority to allow or disallow fill. We can't allow fill.
Our floodplain ordinance is an NFIP coordinated ordinance, so it mimics the intent of FEMA as well as DEP for these standards. So that's why I say it would be relatively a cursory review, because the technical analysis and the punitive side of that enforcement would be DEP's jurisdiction.
Right.
That we would acquiesce to.
Can we or should we deny an application until we know that they have all of that documentation from the DEP?
From a land use perspective,
I don't know.
as an engineer and not playing
Yeah, why don't we ask our
attorney,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I would say
You can
there is
play
a
for-
balance
That's
of what
definitely
we
an attorney
consider
question. Yeah.
subject to outside agency
Well,
approval.
we've
No, I agree with
approved
you.
applications before subject to DEP,
Yes,
so that's not unusual.
right. We're staying within the
Yeah.
bounds of our land use bulk
Can that be
regulations.
part of the conditions of approval?
It would
That they
be.
have
Yeah.
DEP approval
It would be.
Would have to be.
for,
And-
for
and what-
any fill or anything else? that's been
Anything that was
permitted?
done on that property.
Yes, and what
So
the
they have to
board,
show that to somebody for a CO.
Yes.
Before they get a CO, they have to show that certificate.
my
Right.
point exactly.
Okay.
In that's the township's jurisdiction, that the township will not issue a certificate of occupancy to permit all of this to stay if the outside agency approvals or letter of no interest is not obtained from the DEP. And that'll be Joe and
Right.
Deb that are going to be monitoring
Enforcing.
that.
So
Okay.
whether DEP chooses to deal with it as a permit application and an approval with conditions that then are satisfied, or they choose to deal with it simply as an enforcement issue with corrective action, is their discretion.
Right.
And then we would,
Thank you.
I, as the township engineer, not as your board's engineer, would basically echo that decision in our lot grading permit. So that I could provide confirmation that the CO could be issued because everything is lawfully existing under all other agencies that reported back to us.
After whatever variance we do, we will grant or not grant, but whatever we do here is always subject to that DEP approval or whatever other approval that's being needed, okay. All right, would you explain that, translator, excuse me, Ms., would you explain that to her, that whatever we do here tonight has to be, the DEP is gonna have to look at her property and give her an approval?
That's the Department of Environmental
Yeah,
Protection. They are a state agency. So if you
See.
can explain that. Oh, I'd have to ask Joe. Yeah, yeah.
There's a fence and a stone? Did she understand that? Okay. And that's not, that's the same as any applicant. It's just DEP has to get involved in anything. That's,
Dile que vecinos de la cuadra que vengan a acompañarme todos. Yo no sabía que podía decirles que vengan aquí. Eso sí, dile.
So she says that she didn't know that, she could bring people, because she wanted to bring some of the neighbors around the house.
well,
Yo nunca he tenido problemas.
let me explain. Neighbors testifying is, they're not experts. What we're telling you about the DEP wouldn't matter who testified, because basically, the DEP has to approve whatever is still on that property, because it is considered a flood zone. If this was not a flood zone, it wouldn't be subject to that, but DEP gets involved in any flood zone area. Anything we do, it doesn't matter what testimony is given, has to be subject to the DEP
Ask
approval.
her if her neighbor has any expertise in any of these fields. I mean, 'cause maybe.
Is the neighbor an
they do,
expert in anything?
Just to make sure.
Yeah, ask her.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to say. Saben como expertos.
Ah, sí, porque dice todo eso, porque era el vecino de frente que es bombero y tiene años que vive venir aquí. Yo le dije que no, porque no pensé que esta persona que está aquí, esta persona nos llamó a la policía, porque la policía, pero él nos dijo que nosotros éramos unos ilegales. Entonces, eso no está bien que él esté aquí. Es problemático.
No, she was, well, she says that she might have known, but she didn't know that anybody could just show up, because, so what's he supposed to do here?
Oh,
Anyone?
you're talking about her neighbor, the person giving testimony right now.
Yeah, so that's why she said that she didn't know that she could bring more people to
To-
testify.
You had to notice.
On
This-
her
This
behalf.
is a public meeting,
Right.
and they all received notice, and they could have shown up.
And you-
Right.
and
This
you
is
sent
open to the
notice.
public.
Everybody within 200 feet of that property
They
got
received
notice.
letters.
So they were free to come. This gentleman chose to come and testify and explain what he observed. But no matter what he explained or didn't explain, the DEP still, the DEP approval did not, we're not basing that on his testimony. That's just fact. I mean, we've had many applications in it before us that the DEP has to step in and then say, okay, what you did is fine and what you did isn't fine. You have to answer to a higher, okay.
For example, to the board's understanding, we recently had addressed
That's this
The-
area here.
the Bull Restaurant with a site plan approval, and that included an ongoing DEP violation in the rear. DEP addressed that as an enforcement issue and did not take required permitting action. My experience with DEP in these kind of situations, one, the improvements around the home that are incidental to, outdoor use of patio, pools, et cetera, are permittable. A permit can be obtained, and because of that, they tend to deal with these issues as an enforcement issue as opposed to a permitting issue, because it's less punitive, cost generative
Right.
to deal with the restoration and removal. The most significant concern they will have is to the extent of volume displacement by fill placed in the floodplain.
Right, right. And just to be clear,
So-
and just something that Mr. Aronio brought up before, the reason why the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection has jurisdiction over this and not necessarily the township does have a grading permit and a fill permit that people have to obtain before they bring in fill or take fill out of their properties. But we're talking about a flood area here. So this isn't just the township. There is a higher authority over the township. If this,
Especially in riparian zones, which
yes.
this is. because
If
there's a
this
stream in the
property
backyard.
were in a general ordinary zone that had nothing to do with flooding or riparian issues, this would be a township permit. But this is not a township permit because this is a different circumstance.
Would you ask her, somebody just pulled up there's some gravel next to the left of the pool beyond the fire pit. That has to come out too, if the pool comes out. See, there's a gravel next to the pool, to the left of the pool? Stone, gravel?
this is landscaping.
Yes? Okay.
Joe was saying as long as nobody goes on it.
What?
As long as nobody goes on, that's landscaping.
No, that's impervious coverage. Right there.
Where are you speaking to?
To the left, there's a pool, there's the pool. To the left of the pool, next to the fence, there's all stone cover, you know, it's basically impervious coverage.
Yeah, to the left side.
To the left of the pool.
Between the pool and the fence.
That has to come out, if the pool comes out, that has to be put back to grass.
Is that considered decorative landscaping? That's, if nobody walks
I'm
on
not,
it?
I'm not following it. It's not hatched.
Here, come over here and look. Look at
You
the
can see it
picture
in the
here.
photo.
Understood.
Yeah, that has to come out if the pool comes out. That has to be put back to grass.
Yes, the board is working with conditions as of 7/11/25 on the survey of record, part of the application. Any other improvements that were done since then will need to be removed,
Right,
as they're
Yep.
not part of our calculation.
right,
Right.
And hence the condition of consideration for an as-built survey
right.
that confirms 29%, which is 4,350.
Yeah, no more than 29%.
Right, which is no more than 4,350 square feet.
Okay, all right. Would you explain to her that once everything is, if this is approved, once everything would be removed, they need to have a survey to show us that, and it has to, as he said, has to be under 4,000 what?
4,350 square feet.
4,350 square feet, which is approximately 29% ground coverage.
So,
She understands that? Okay.
as of a month ago, April 9th, aerial imagery is consistent with the survey in front of us.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, okay.
So on that perspective that you're looking at, perhaps that's actually what's called out as the pavers between the pit and the pool.
Fine, that's fine, but I mean, removing that is part of removing the pool.
It's the least of our
Yeah.
concerns globally as to getting to that number.
Yes,
So the 4,350 square feet is what is above the 25% that's
That will
permitted?
be the total amount of impervious coverage for 29% lot coverage
right, that is the
Very
entire
good.
ground
for
cover.
everything. So the same calculation done by the same or a different surveyor as the as-built lot coverage would then return that as the total.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to?
No, that's all.
Okay. Well, thank you for advising us
Okay,
of that.
thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Is there any other member of the public that wants to comment or ask questions or say anything about this application? No? Okay. Hearing none, I'll close it to the public. Okay. We've done a lot here, and we've gotten a lot of different things that we've explained to her. Is there any other questions or concerns of board members that we have? Okay. I just want to make sure that we're hitting all these topics, because there's a lot to take in. Okay. Jerry, would you like to give us your deliberation?
Sure. First, I would like to thank our engineer and our attorney. Joe, you did a great job, once again, in favor of the applicant. I don't mean that you're leaning towards them as far as passing an application. I mean that you're going above and beyond to, I think, help them understand what they need to do to be in compliance. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Joe.
And the rest of the board did a good job doing that also, I think. Here we are again. Once again, we're dealing with cleaning up the past, and this case is a little different. The original testimony was that it was somebody else, the prior owner, but as we can see from the documentation, it was the applicant themselves that knowingly, I think, did this, and, you know, contrary to the instructions they received from our town. So it doesn't start off in a good spot, but since they have no choice, they have agreed to move all of the improvements off of the neighboring properties, that they don't have authority to put on other properties, so that's a big step, and with the help of our engineer, they came up with a workable plan to come to a reasonable amount of lot coverage that's still over our ordinance and still requires a variance, but I think it's acceptable to me, so I would be in favor of this application if they were agreeable to all of the conditions, especially, like we said, it's even above and beyond our authority, the DEP approval for the fill that is there. It's obvious, obviously there's fill there. I've seen aerial photos myself, and I could see that there's fill on that property, so I would be in favor of it with
those
stipulations,
conditions.
yes.
Alex?
I echo Jerry's comments. My one concern is that the applicant isn't here. And there's been a lot of discussion and a lot of interpretation and understanding, and I'm just concerned that once we put this forth, that the applicant fully understands what he's up against here. Because there's an awful lot that needs to be addressed, and I'm concerned that
That's a good point.
something might get lost.
It's a lawyer point. What happens with that?
It's the applicant's choice not to be here, to send witnesses to testify, and this young lady is 50% of the applicant. She's married to the gentleman.
Okay.
That is your husband. Francisco is your husband? Yes. Yes. This is her home, so she is the applicant.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan?
Yeah, I think that it's unfortunate, some of the things that happened here. And I think that the applicant has stated that she's willing to adhere to our requirements. And I think we've been pretty judicious in terms of allowing for certain things that we feel are necessary. And I think that certain of these things would be allowable to enable them to have and it's a pretty undersized lot, particularly with the easement in the back that kind of compresses where they can put things. So I think that we've come to a pretty good agreement on these things, and I would be amenable to approving this pending on those
Conditions.
conditions that we have.
Paul?
Yes, pretty much piggyback off of what Alex and I was concerned what Alex had brought up, but you clarified it, thank you. I was worried about, three different translations and things like that, and they would be unsure and then come back and say, hey, I thought we were definitely taking out the fence and not this and not the pool, but as long as we're covered, I feel.
That's all gonna be done in the
Yeah.
resolution.
Okay, good. And again, the engineer Joe, he did a great job. Like you said, Jerry, way above and beyond. And we try to help out people who come here the best we can, and our hands are tied with a lot of things. But, this board, I speak for us, we do our best for everybody that comes in front of us. And I'd be in favor of this, of course, pending the DEP and the other lock rating and stuff.
Obviously. Our approval only
Yeah.
goes so far.
Yeah, but I'm in favor, yes.
Thank you. Tom?
Well, I wish that the applicant who signed the form was here, because what's happening on this property since 2019 isn't good. You can't, and it's not that you didn't know about it, you knew about it. You got a note from our board secretary, one of the hats you were wearing at the time.
AKA zoning officer.
Zoning officer, thank you, and that you were denied, and you went on and you did more. It's not that you tried to fix the problem that we were denied for, you put a pool, a deck, a shed, after a denial for a construction permit. This is wrong. This is wrong. However, you're here now, and this is what we have to look at. Basing the resolutions as what my vote would be, I will more than likely, still holding, be in approval of this with all the changes and the DEP first. Actually, the changes need to be done regardless of the DEP.
Right. DEP is the next level.
Yes.
I'm also troubled by what was done on this property, but at the same time, you came before us. We're here to try to fix it. We're trying to make it better than it was as far as the impervious coverage. you do understand, and we explained to you that whether this board grants it or not, and if this board does grant it, you still have the DEP hurdle. The DEP is the ultimate people that can say, this has to come out, that has to change, or not. That's their purview. And that's not just your property. We've had a lot of properties that's had to happen, so. This is just the first step. And I do concur with my board members that I think that with all the changes that you've agreed to, the shed, the fence, the stone, the pool coming out, that we've gotten you down to a number that's more manageable and less egregious on the neighbors. So I would definitely be in favor of it, but it's one of those things where I would have rather not had to do it, because I would have rather not have it gotten to that point. But I would be in favor of it. So, all right. Would you give us a rendition?
Yes, so from the board's discussion, my understanding that the motion and the relief that will be granted is only the impervious coverage variance that's been requested, and that's only up to 29% or 4,350 square feet total, and that's up to, not exceeding. Both side yard setback variances are denied, from my understanding, from the board's discussion. And the conditions that will be applied to any approval of that impervious coverage variance is that, first, any improvements made after July 11th, 2025, which do not appear on the survey provided to the board, must be removed. The pool and the wood deck will be removed
And the walkway.
along with all of the stone and the walkway leading to the pool and wood deck. All of the stone will be removed from the stone driveway, from the chain link fence into the rear of the property. The rear fence will be moved so as not to encroach into the conservation easement beyond it. The side fence will be removed and placed on the property line, and the applicant will remove any crushed stone from the neighboring property.
And the side fence can't encroach either.
I'm sorry?
The side fence has to be brought back also out of the easement.
Yes, so, yes, there will be no fence in the conservation easement, whether on the side or in the rear. The applicant will need to provide an as-built when all is said and done at the very end, once everything is completed, everything's removed, and that's only after the applicant applies for and obtains approval from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. That must be obtained before an as-built is provided and before any certificate of occupancy will issue. If any of these measures are not obtained, then this will be a violation at some point.
So she needs the, I'm gonna explain this in a minute. So she needs, what before, she needs the DEP survey to fill that out.
We'll get you a resolution in writing so that you can explain to her, because right now this is just the board voting, just the board deliberating. If you want to stay after, I can talk to you, but right now this is just the board deliberating.
Anything we do will be put in writing, and that writing will thoroughly explain what has to be done and what steps have to be taken after what was done. So,
Joe, is there anything else?
Is there anything else?
That's it.
That's it?
And, you might mention we're allowing this, the crushed stone from the property line to the macadam driveway.
Well, we're not removing it, so it's
The
allowed.
way it was described was removal behind the chain.
Yes.
Right,
So
okay,
that's
that's fine.
consistent.
So-
The other
Okay.
Yes.
remainder staying.
You'd mentioned we're denying the side yard setbacks. You said plural. I
Yes.
assume there was more than just the shed?
The pool required a side yard setback. It's
Okay.
being
It's being removed.
It's being removed, but thank you for reminding me. That shed will need to be moved out of the,
yeah.
out of the
Yes,
10-foot.
She did agree that.
Yes, out of the 10-foot. Well, regardless,
Into-
the side
beyond
yard
the-
setback is being denied, therefore they have to remove the shed. So
Well, move it.
Relocate.
relocate the shed
Relocate
to
the
another
shed.
point on the property beyond the 10-foot setback, that's all.
Yes.
So that would be the motion, Chairman,
Okay.
based on the discussion that the board's had. If any board member has anything to add or subtract.
Does that comport with everybody's,
I think she did a good job of, our lawyer did a good job of capturing.
She always
everything.
does.
Thank you.
do I hear a motion to approve? Based on the, okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Rosenberg
Yes.
and Mr. White.
Yes.
Mr. Aronio,
Yes.
Mr. Zadrozny,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Grosskopf,
Reluctantly, yes.
Chairman Correct,
Yes.
motion carries.
So we have now approved it on our level. And the resolution will be done, but you have to follow what's in the resolution, and DEP has to be involved.
Reminder, the resolution is the written document
Yeah, it's a written
of
document.
what they're allowing you to
It
do.
memorializes everything we said tonight. So, thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Good night. Good luck.
Good luck.
Take care.
Does the
Excuse me,
board-
Miss,
Does the board want to take a quick
Yeah,
recess?
just, quick 5-minute recess.
extra copies in case you guys
back
That's why I
at,
asked. Want that.
Okay, we're back.
9:20.
9:20.
All right, the next
back.
application is a bulk variance, block 13509, lot 2, zone R-20, previously R4, 83 Gates Avenue, application number 25-29Z. Jessica Sage, applicant is requesting relief for impervious coverage.
It's actually not sage, it's, how do you say it? Sache?
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Sache.
Yeah, it's a Q.
It's, oh, I didn't see that, I'm sorry, my eyesight.
I know, because
Sache.
on the
What's the
application, I know.
underline?
Yes, I did see that. All right, so,
Does she want to sit over here so she can see us? You don't,
So your
the
faces.
back of your head's very nice, but.
I know, sorry, we don't have great microphones, so it's a little
Don't forget your phone.
fun to
Okay, very good.
navigate.
Microphone?
Yep, Augie, use the microphone.
You grab the one at the table maybe, or that one?
Yeah, that's fine.
How about that? Yeah, that's better. August Santori Jr. on behalf of the applicant, and we have Mr. William Hollows here from Murphy and Hollows Engineering, and he will be our first witness.
This is a lot coverage
Okay,
variance.
hang on, Mr. Hollows.
I'm sorry.
Sworn at.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. And are you going to
I'm gonna
qualify?
qualify.
Okay.
Mr. Hollows, can you just take us through your CV and indicate the current status of your license?
Well, my license was just renewed, so it's in good standing.
That's great.
I am a licensed professional engineer, land surveyor, and planner in the state of New Jersey.
thank you.
And you've testified here once or twice?
Yeah, once or twice.
All right. Can you take us through the...
Just for the record, we deem you as an expert.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hollows, can you take us through the existing conditions, please?
And I have a handout that,
And we have not received that prior?
what, it's
Colorized.
colorized,
Okay, you
it's
wanna-
colorized, and it's
You
just
wanna mark
reduced.
that?
So we'll
Please.
mark this as
A1.
Exhibit A.
A1,
A1.
and with the date, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I got it. Thank you. Awesome.
The drawing that I passed out is a colorized version, really just the detail area of the subject property. Just thought 11 by 17 being a little easier for you to read than trying to look at the 24 by 36 drawing here. But the property is known as 83 Gates Avenue. It's on the southerly side of Gates Avenue, 62 feet from Torbert Road, and this is the part of Torbert Road that is not improved. Across the street, it does go out to Long Hill Road. The property is, I said 83 Gates Road, Lot 2, Block 13509. It's 60 feet wide by 150 feet deep, which has 9,000 square feet lot area. It is in the R20 zone, was the R4 zone, which requires 20,000 square feet of lot area. So we're here for coverage variances, and we're already deficient because our lot area is 9,000 square feet. And I'd say if you looked at the area map on your drawings, you can see that most of the lots in this area don't meet that R20 requirement of 20,000 square feet. The property's improved with a two-story frame dwelling with a one-car attached garage. It has a driveway that has a width of 20 feet. To the rear of the property, there is a deck off the back of the house, and there's a shed off the back of the house, which is in violation, but we would move that to 10 feet off to make it conforming. And then the back third of the property is really not something that's usable. It's pretty steep there, and it's a wooded area. And this house which is probably pretty important to this application. On the front of the house is on grade. In the back of the house, it's a walkout basement.
So essentially, you're saying that's a fairly decent change in pitch from the
Yeah, there's a pretty good sized slope, but it even gets steeper in that area. They said it's really not usable for outdoor living. We're here, because of the lot coverage, and just want to get those numbers for you. We're allowed 25%. We're at 30.3 technically, but there is a provision in the ordinance that if we put 6 inches of gravel under the deck and we put 6 inches of gravel under the shed, that we can bring that number down by 50% as far as the lot coverage for the deck and the shed, which gets us down to 28.6.
So, Mr. Hollows, just make sure I get good down here. Mr. Hollows, is this on? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, now it's on.
There we go. Mr. Hollows, you had a kind of an interesting history with this property, correct?
Yes, I have been engaged with this property a couple of times previous to this engagement tonight.
So when I reached out for you about it, you're like, hey, I worked on this, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so specifically, what is important about your prior understanding, and can you walk us through what kind of, when you first got engaged with the property, what you remember to be the plans you drafted, and just kind of walk the board through a little bit about the evolution of how we got here?
In 2009, Murphy and Hollows prepared a lot grading plan for the existing house with an addition. That addition was really on the easterly side of the property, and it was also a little entranceway or a little bump out on the westerly side of the property. As I recall, the plans were by Bob Coleman, local architect, and at that time, that application, when we did that plan, we did the full grading plan with zoning, et cetera, there was no deck on the house, or no proposed deck for the house at that time. Fast forward, well, not really fast forward too far, because the people that we did the work for in 2009 sold the property 2014? 2014. And they also gave the applicant the architectural plans for that addition.
Had the addition been built at that time?
No, the addition was not built.
Okay.
In 2019, I was engaged to prepare a stormwater management plan only at that time. The architect did the whole zoning criteria for the house. But subsequent to that time, sometime between 2009 and 2014, a deck was constructed on the back of the property. So I did a stormwater management plan, which really that came out to be a dry well, 6 feet deep in a 10 by 10 gravel pit. And that more than covered the area of new impervious coverage at that time for the addition only. More than covered. I needed a little over 3 feet of volume in a dry well. The dry well 6 feet deep, so I still had some volume left over there.
So fast forwarding a moment to where we are now, is it your, not that you specifically testified to it, but can you explain about the existing dry well and how it deals with the current conditions and coverage that's on the property? Does it satisfy those criteria?
It does. Actually, the dry well sizing, the 6 foot, or the additional volume that's left in the dry well would take care of the additional impervious coverage for that 3.6% of additional runoff that from the addition here.
Okay.
And I think that's the important thing here, is that really the additional impervious coverage from the addition to the house, or should I say, the coverage over and above, which I think really is the deck, was never accounted for. I think that's in, looking at the architectural plans and kind of looking at the numbers of what the deck is, that seems to be where we're deficient. And it more than covers for that, the increase in impervious coverage, or the variance that we're looking for, that 3.6%.
What is that material to the left of the deck there?
It's gravel. It's a gravel area.
And what is that for?
It's just,
Is it, can be used for a patio, or what is it for?
Right now there's four.
You gotta be sworn in.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you swear, raise your right hand, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Jessica Sache.
Thank you.
Could you explain what that area is next to the deck there?
Right now it's just all gravel and there's four, green giant evergreens right there, so I can.
It's a landscaped area?
Yeah, you just walk through sideways, barely get to there.
Okay, I was just curious because I know that Mr. Hollow said that you're gonna have gravel under the deck, but that is not what you're talking about where that material is and there's evergreens there, right?
Well, there's already gravel
Under the deck.
there is gravel under the deck, it's just that we have to bring it up to 6 inches.
Okay, but is that a continuation of the same gravel that's alongside the deck there, or is that different?
I think it's the same.
Same? Okay. Did you put that there?
Yeah.
What was the reason for putting that gravel there as opposed to grass?
It was pretty.
So it's landscaping.
Landscape, okay. And is that factored into the impervious, Joe?
I can answer that, no.
No, it isn't?
No, because it's landscaping
Okay.
as a feature, yeah. It's not,
Okay,
like the previous application, when you drive over it, it becomes like pavement.
fine.
This is
So
not-
in other words, taking it out wouldn't reduce anything?
No.
Okay,
You drive over it, you use it as a patio area, and you're tracking your feet and compacting it over time.
that's fine, okay.
But if it's just ornamental,
Okay.
it's loose, it still provides infiltration.
The water drains.
I'm just clarifying that,
Which
because
is also consistent with, I'm sure as Mr. Hollis recalls for our code, there is a consideration for a 50% reduction of the impervious coverage of a deck if it's built with the proper slotting to allow drainage underneath, and then stone with what would be a depth of 6-inch total underneath it.
sounds good.
So there's some leniency there for that deck area of the impervious coverage on record.
Okay, good. So how did we get 2 feet beyond the plan on the house?
And I was just gonna jump in and say,
Okay.
let me tackle that, because I
Good.
think that's the elephant in the room,
All
right?
right.
So, Ms. Sache, can you just take us through the evolution on how that particular, how you were alerted to the issue, and kind of what was explained to you to bring it to that point?
The contractor just.
You can move the mic down so you can.
The contractor just told me that he accidentally measured 2 feet too far. And then he said that he took out a little bit of he took out the front closet that I was supposed to have in the house. And he said that it
Oh,
was.
so that little bump out to the left was made smaller?
Yeah, and then he said that would be fine.
Okay,
And he-
Obviously, he was incorrect.
okay.
But
Yeah.
it's not just that. I think that Mr. Hollows can kind of, it's a variety of things, but some of it has to do with the deck, correct?
Yeah.
Much of it has
Yes.
to do with the deck.
Yes, much of
Now,
it.
Ms. Sache, just on that point, the deck was existing when you bought the home, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want the board to just clearly understand the evolution of this. She inherited a house with a deck. The only thing she did with the deck was there was a small piece, and Ms. Sache, is that correct? Like that area right there with that line? I know.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if you could see the next to the word where it says
Gravel.
deck and steps.
Oh, yeah,
See where it says deck and steps? See where the ampersand is?
yeah,
You see the black solid line to the
Mhm.
right of the ampersand?
yeah.
That black solid line is an area of the deck that she added to tie to the house, correct? Okay. So that's the only thing that she did with the deck, but the deck was already up. And then everything else was really just that issue, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was there to the right? There was no deck there, in other words?
It was just free floating.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they didn't anchor it and didn't make any much sense, and which is
Yeah.
why she kind of finished it, because I think it was.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. All right. Any more testimony from Mr. Hollows? or-
Unless there's a question, Mr.
Well, yeah, I was gonna have the questions. Go ahead.
So, the existing dry well, was that a condition of a variance for the original?
No, I don't
construction?
believe there was any variance. As I recall, and I looked at the, the architectural plans when they went in for the building permit for the addition, had it in compliance.
So that was voluntarily constructed as
No,
part of the
I
addition?
think in order to get the building permit, they wanted some sort of stormwater
Area of
management.
disturbance requirement or something
Well,
like
no,
that? 400
it's
square
more
feet?
like, they wanted stormwater management for the
Okay.
additional impervious coverage.
Okay.
That's why,
So, but just, so I'm pretty sure I understand it, just to be clear, all of the improvements, whether they were part of the plan or not, or, you know, made in addition to what the contractor was supposed to do, all of that, in your expert testimony here, you're saying that that dry well is sufficient to cover the requirements for all of that extra stuff that was built?
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
If I could, so there was an initially there was an addition on by the prior owners?
They didn't build it.
Okay, so they had all the paperwork and everything, and they had the permits all ready to go, and then Ms. Sasha went with the building?
I don't know if they had the permits. I know that we had done a plan for them, but I don't know if they went for a building permit or
Well,
not.
could you ask your client to, did you
Yes.
get the permits?
Can you explain the time, because there's a time gap here, so can you just walk them through it?
So when I bought the house, the blueprints came with it, and I was under the 2014, and I believe they said that it was already approved. Then
When did you start your vision?
2019.
So you were the one that went to the construction board, office and got the
The
permit?
construction, my contractor came
Went,
here to
okay.
get the
So, but
permits
you initiated that?
with the contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do with going to get the permits, or the contractor took care of everything, you just paid?
I just paid.
You just paid and didn't know you had 2 feet on it? Okay,
And what had happened,
yeah.
and correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Sache, but the plan never showed the 2 feet, he just built it wrong, correct?
He said he measured wrong. And
That's
that he
unbelievable.
took care of it.
Okay.
Measure twice, cut once.
That's right, that's the thing we say, right?
Dig once, yeah.
That's right.
Well, you got a bigger house, but you're missing the closet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bad, right?
Closets are
The
important.
good news is you got 2 feet. The bad news is we took out your closet. But I think that just so the board is a little bit aware of this, really none of this came to your attention, Ms. Sache, correct, until such point in time as you went to get your CO. That was really it.
Okay, so
So
CO triggered the,
Yes.
okay.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So when was the CO? What year was?
Good question.
20,
I don't have a CO.
Oh.
Well, when did you first go to
Yeah.
get it, where this came to your, attention?
So in 2019, the contractor told me that he applied for a temporary CO and that it was approved, which is why I moved in.
Okay.
Then, when I needed, the mortgage wanted a survey, I asked Deborah what else I needed, and she said I needed the final
As-built, right.
And then when I got that to her, she then told me that I was over coverage.
So this has been going on for 5 years then? Is that?
I
Or
think
more
maybe
than 5
two
years?
that I contacted her maybe.
Okay. So,
So I was unaware because I thought I had a temporary CO the whole time.
I understand. So when you went to finalize it, you were aware when you finally had the as-built done, which is, we have here, it showed the discrepancy. And at that point, you went ahead and got your ducks together and got the,
Okay.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is when
that's what I was
I get to
wondering.
be the bearer of bad news.
Yes.
Oh.
I guess my question, because
You
it
said
seemed
it
like
with
a
a smile.
long,
Yes, it was very
yeah, it seemed like a long period of time in between the
Yeah.
construction and today. That's why I was wondering what was the impetus of this coming before us, but it's all been a slow roll, I guess, to that.
A bit, you have COVID all the way mixed in there as
Yeah.
well. And then additionally, I had given her a retainer proposal. She had to retain Mr. Hollows, so she had to start
no,
again.
I understand.
Understood. I was trying to figure out the timing, because honestly, I was kind of like, oh, why are you even here now? But I guess it's because it's just taken a long time.
Any other questions?
Not your
No, it's
fault.
okay.
Yeah, thank
You did what you had to do.
I just want to clear it up
Go
if I
ahead.
could. So, just so I'm on the same thing. So, all the plans, everything was supposed to be built by the previous owners. Okay, Mrs. Sachet, am I saying it right? Sasha ended up going through and building this, and unknown to her, the builder actually overbuilt the property, the footprint
Slightly, yeah.
by 2 feet.
That's,
Okay.
that's definitely half of it, and the other half of it is that the prior owner put a deck on.
That wasn't
didn't-
approved.
That wasn't approved.
Right.
And
Right.
that contributed to the coverage, so you're having the oversized house with the, slightly bigger house, but the deck is really a big contributing number, and Mr. Hollows, just correct me if I'm wrong, it's really the nature of the undersized lot, and how
Yes.
significant the undersize this is that really triggers the change in percentage.
Correct.
How
And the shed
significant
was
the percentage
pre-exi-
is by 2 feet plus a modest deck.
And the shed was pre-existing when you bought the house? The shed was there?
There was a huge shed there, and they told me it was too close to the line, so I put the tiny one there, and I went based off of my neighbor who told me where the line was.
Okay.
So I thought, and still,
Yeah, that's fine.
according to him, it's 10 feet, but I know here.
It isn't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that
Little
happens. That
It
happens.
would appear to be about 10 feet from the edge of his fence, so.
Right, but his fence is 2 feet into his property, which you didn't realize, yeah, okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I know you're not asking for it, but could we give a variance for the shed so that she wouldn't have to move the shed, or?
Well, at this point, no one asked for that
Yeah, I know.
variance.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean,
Covered by the notice.
You know,
No.
You have the savings clause in there, and obviously if we.
Yeah. I mean,
for a foot and a half.
would,
it is only a
would
foot.
you be so inclined to ask the board for
We would
a
prefer,
variance?
obviously, have it's just less burden, it's ready to situated and seated, so yeah, if we can get the relief of where it's existing position.
May I please have a variance for my shed?
Now you got it.
That's a good idea.
The
As long as
prior,
nobody's in the crowd to go against it.
the prior shed was close to 3 times the size of the shed you see now.
Wow.
Really?
And it was removed in late 2020 to early 2021 and replaced by the shed you see now. In the same footprint, but left oriented on the plan,
Right.
so further away from the property line. It looks like it probably was on the property line and then inward with 0-foot setback previously from the prior owner.
So it's a big improvement.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, the reality in this particular lot, and if you see where the wood ties are, the usable yard is not much, so obviously the left adjacent positioning of the shed is certainly
Sure.
helpful.
I have 2 little girls. They need, they need room.
No, of course, and, just, not only for this application, but just for the public's edification. Yes, I understand that the catch-all is in the notice, and because this is existing, and anyone looking at this property knows that this shed is there. We're not requesting an approval for something that doesn't exist, but just for everyone else's edification, that catch-all cannot be used simply for asking for more variances once you get to the board, because that becomes a very slippery
Yeah,
slope.
right, it
I
does.
will buy that for this application because it's there.
Yeah.
Everyone
It
can
be
see
seen.
it.
It's on the plan.
It's on the
discussed.
plan.
It's not to be built, it's there.
Yes, any neighbor is looking at it, and anyone coming to the zoning officer to look at these plans can see that it's there. So I'll accept that this time.
My dad and I built that together.
Oh, nice.
That's so nice.
What did your neighbor say while you were building it? Was there any commentary on it, the location or anything?
I think she
told-
mentioned,
she said that-
He said that was 10 feet. He was like, this is my line. I was like, okay. And I measured.
so he doesn't know where the line is.
So this problem is your neighbor and builder's fault, actually. It's not nothing to do with you.
I just live there.
You just live there and pay the bills.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Um,
Okay.
So the side yard setback that we're talking about, how much?
We have
8.5, so it's
8.5?
1.5 foot.
1.5?
1.5
A
foot
1.5 deviation, okay.
To remain as it exists.
As existing.
Okay, so we'll call it an existing condition,
Right.
just like your front yard setback, which is, 39.1 feet, where 50 is required, but it's a
Right.
pre-existing condition because the addition went on the back, not the front, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Do we have any other questions for Mr. Hollows or the applicant at this time? Okay. I'm gonna open it up to the public. Is there any public here that wants to ask questions of the applicant or their expert? Okay. Hearing none, I'll close the
No, no,
vote.
Wait, there's somebody-
Oh,
somebody
I
right in
didn't
the
see
back.
them. Where did they go? Okay, you're behind the board there, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Well, come on up, tell us your name and address, and it's only questions.
Before we
now.
do that,
Well,
before we
okay.
do that, the addition was to the side of the home, but it's not at a 50-foot setback. So we should provide the variance now
For the addition
for
also.
the addition, because the zoning permit approval by the prior zoning officer missed the front yard setback from, it was rear of the 39.2, but it was inside the 50.
Okay.
The addition was.
The
Right.
addition
Okay.
went sideways and is at what appears to be 41 and change.
But they obtained a zoning permit.
They attained the zoning permit, but the zoning permit was issued with the failure of recognizing the front yard setback.
Then we'll ratify.
So we'll
that.
ratify that
Right.
We'll
today.
By
ratify
giving
that
them the variance.
deviation.
So that's clean for them moving forward.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, good idea.
Okay. Do you have a question of their expert or the applicant?
I just want to make sure that you're not doing anything else. You're just trying to rectify what was done in the past. That's my question. That's it.
Wish they were all
Okay.
like that.
Thank
That's
you.
great, thank you.
Thank you for the
Can you
question.
please state your
Oh,
name and your address?
I'm Celine Penn, and I'm at 90 Gates Avenue, across the
Thank you.
street in One Over.
Thank
So
you.
you're not doing anything else because the house is gorgeous.
Thank you, but no, I'm over it.
Go for it. Oh, boy, that's
It was that much fun?
Oh, man. She's still,
Yeah, thank
great,
you.
great.
I tell everybody, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Mostly tears.
Any other questions from the board? Are there any members of the public that want to comment on this application besides questions? Any comments? No? Okay, I don't see.
Nope.
Okay. All right, closing it for comments. Okay. Do you want to give us a summation?
I would just request that the variances being requested be granted at the 28.666 bill?
28.6%. 28.6.
So 28.6, and also the shed relief at 1.5, and then pre-existing
Front yard setback.
adjustment. So yes, I would ask that they be granted, and if there's any additional questions, obviously, we certainly have
Okay.
to address it.
What are the negative and positive aspects of this?
I think that, you you have a house that ended up being a comment right there from the public. It became a beautiful addition. It's a modest home on an undersized lot. And given the fact of two things, we have issues here, which typically you'd see under the topographic conditions, right? You're dealing with massive slope elements, so the deck is a logical component of that, given the fact that, egress is already almost one story above grade when you're coming out of the first floor at this point in time with a completely raised walkout basement. So topographically, that would be a criteria typically, based upon that. And secondarily, obviously, the undersized nature of the lot, it's below 50% of the,
And no ability to increase
yeah,
it?
increase it, yeah. So, I mean, that being said, she's kind of, stuck with what she had, and I think that the improvements based upon that are modest relative to everything.
And it fits in with the neighborhood?
Certainly does, is my understanding.
Right, the rest of that-
Across the street, so,
The remaining houses are approximately the same setbacks and,
I mean, from what Mr. Hollis indicated, he felt that the lot sizes, obviously, and if you take a look at the distribution on the 200
so we have similar lot sizes, similar positioning of housing, and it doesn't impact negatively on it. All right. Paul, would you like to start the deliberation?
Sure, sure. Again, I live in this neighborhood, and I'm very familiar with the lot sizes, and we actually speak about this quite frequently, the undersized, the lot coverage issues in this neighborhood. I've actually had to go through it myself, so my heart goes out to you. And I appreciate that you actually improved the property, because there's a lot of people that will not go through this. They won't go through it, and the houses are basically falling apart in my neighborhood, and it's a shame, because people just are now renting them out and not doing anything with them, because they don't want to go through all this process, and you're going through it, and I thank you for that. And again, your lot's supposed to have 20,000 square foot for a buildable lot. You're half of that. There's really nothing else you could do. And I do kind of remember, I lived in the neighborhood for 30 years. I pass your house every day, and it is a very nice house. I think it used to be like pretty much a garage shape years ago, if I kind of remember. And the improvements you made is unbelievable. I wish everybody would do that to their properties in the neighborhood. You did a good job. So I'd be in favor of this application. I would pass it.
Jerry?
I think Paul did a good job of laying out the neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood myself. I know that the lots are undersized. They're challenged with the slope and many other things. I think you did a good job of, keeping with the character of the neighborhood when you did the addition. I know the house myself. I drive by there often. I think it looks great. I think it's an improvement. I think you're here for paperwork reasons. Somehow this got caught up in, you didn't do this deliberately, right? This happened by accident as a result of something you were trying to do. So there's nothing punitive I think we should assess to you. And my big constraint here, as always, is the water. Like, I have a problem with water running downhill and affecting a neighbor, or like the person that spoke in the last application. I mean, he's affected by everything somebody builds. But, your engineer testified, our engineer concurred that the dry well is sufficient to handle every improvement on your property. So, given that, I'm in favor of the application.
Alex?
I drive by it occasionally, not as frequently as the others. I live up on Hickory Tavern. But, based upon comments from your neighbor, you've done a great job with it. So I'm sorry you have to go through this big paperwork hassle, but I would be in favor of it.
Jonathan?
Yeah, I don't drive by your house, I'm sorry. But it sounds
like a place to drive by.
It sounds like oddly enough, it's a drive-by.
In part of Homestead Park, right?
Yes.
I'll go through there.
But it sounds as if, yeah, you got kind of a bad, something perhaps that you can take care of otherwise in some other format here. But I think that because of the nature of the size of the property and some of the topographical issues you have on the property, I don't see any reason not to approve this. And I think that, again, sorry that you had to go through this.
Tom?
I will be driving past your house on my way home tonight. I'll wave.
We'll start
In the
beeping waivers.
daytime, in the daytime.
I have to go home tonight. My wife wants me in. Thank you. Anyway, it looks like this is a great application. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that brief enough?
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's too bad that in two cases, neither people could use a tape measure, and the other person doesn't know where his property line is. But, I think you're making the best of a bad situation. You came before us, we're rectifying it by way of variances. And, what you've done with the property enhances the neighborhood, and it's a positive effect on it, so I would be in favor of it. So,
Okay, so the motion, based on the board's discussion, is to grant the lot coverage variance for 28.6%, where 25% is allowed. Also to ratify two existing deviations. One, the front yard setback at 39.1 feet, which was ratified by a zoning permit, but the board will ratify it again, where 50 feet is required. And another issue that was brought up by the board is the deviation from the side yard setback for the accessory structure. 10 feet is required, 8.5 feet is existing and proposed, and that will be the approval. And the only condition that I can think of is the applicant must satisfy any outside agency approval, which includes completing the building permit process, obtaining the certificate of occupancy, and paying any permit fees that are outstanding.
Thank you.
do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Okay, that was Mr. Grosskopf, Vice Chairman, right?
Yes.
Okay. Vice Chairman Grosskopf,
Yes.
Mr. White,
Yes.
Mr. Aronia,
Yes.
Mr. Rosenberg,
Yes?
Mr. Zadrozny,
Yes.
Chairman Correct?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
The hard
You can
parts
take
are-
your poster with you.
Enjoy your property.
Yeah,
That's
good
our
luck.
exhibit.
Miss Jessie,
Technically,
had to
you
do
can't.
extra copies now.
That's Exhibit A,
You can take the poster board.
Okay, good luck with everything.
A1.
You want some more? I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's you. It's
You
not,
can
just
always
throw it
use
out.
them.
Wait, is that this one or the next one?
You didn't get, no, that's the next one.
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, good to see you, Augie.
I paid for it anyway.
Where, which restaurant?
In Fanwood, oh, wow.
In where?
In Fanwood.
Fanwood?
Yes.
Oh, I've never been there. Okay, well, next time I'm up there.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think that may be
What
theirs.
street is it on?
That's what ours over there. Bill, did you bring a,
Oh, I know, I know, no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know where it is. I know where it is. I know where Fanwood is.
Jessica, I'll take a black brick.
We drive by both.
Yeah, we won't drive by the restaurant.
We normally put them on the outside so the public can see it if there is any. Yeah, right there would be good. Now, a little further back so that the wall doesn't block it. Yeah, that's good, okay. Yeah, that's good. What's the cuisine in the restaurant?
Italian, French,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
good.
lovely.
like Italy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Italian American.
yeah.
Northern or southern? Neapolitan? That's southern.
It's southern.
It's okay.
He's the expert.
Italian I am?
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty.
Yeah.
You made
The builder
Oh,
built 2
I've
feet.
gotta go.
Can't believe that. How does he do that?
What about the cost to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but he took away the closet.
Yeah.
Closet, 2
So the wood for that went to
He
the.
doesn't
He said,
know
I'll
it's
take the closet for it.
Yeah, but
All right, guys, let's go.
Ready?
Now, we're gonna continue with, the bulk variance, block 14101, lot 29, zone C. 866 Milesville Road, application number 2601Z. Applicant Matthew and Ida Davin. Applicant proposes an addition to a single-family residence. Applicant is present? Correct. And, you have who, testifying? And, okay, but who's your witness? Or your expert?
Should I get sworn in now?
Yes.
Full name's Anthony Michael Tedesco, registered architect in the state of New Jersey with an active license.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
And would you swear in the applicant?
Yes. Do you swear that that the testimony you're going to give with regard to this application will be the truth, so help you God? I do. Thank you.
And Mr. Tedesco, when were you licensed?
I was licensed maybe 3 years ago, I think now.
And it's currently up to date?
Currently active.
Okay. And
this
have you
is-
testified before us before?
Yes, this is my third time in front
That's
of you
true,
guys.
okay. You're an expert, okay. Continue. We have to formally do that.
Yeah, I understand. I'll let Matt, you wanna begin?
Good evening, Chairman, and thank you to all the board members. Thanks for having me on. So my wife and I are here with the application. We want to put a first floor addition on the right side of our house, which is the eastern side. And it would be an extension of the existing master bedroom,
Okay.
which is on the rear back right corner. And in the front would be an extension of the existing living room.
Okay.
The existing living room is roughly, it's really 13 by 15. It shows 17 by 15 because, but there's a pathway, so I kind of don't count that because that's the way people come in. It's really small, it's tight. You put a couch and a few chairs. We've got a big family with a lot of gallery, you know. The bedroom is like 12 by 16 existing. The main issue is, our bathroom for the master bedroom is across from the eating kitchen. You have to walk across the dining room and the kitchen, and I got a 19-year-old, a 17-year-old, so it's like, you gotta be very careful Who's over in the house, when you come across it through the spring, you know? And, you know, we're a little, you know, we've been there since 2012, we bought the house in 2012, right, so it's 14 years. But, you know, that's kind of been a hindrance, right? That's the front room, the living room, we would be removing the chimney which exhausts the existing HVAC, and the hot water heater. That's likely to go too, that's from the beginning of the house. I'm always nervous about that, exhaust and something like that. So I'd be putting a direct vent HVAC system and hot water heater, which would be nice going directly out. It's not drawings, we're gonna have a gas insert if approved, right? If approved. So there's a few things that were going on, you know, the bathroom, the small living room, not able to have proper, like, parties in the house, people coming in. I feel we have the room, you know, but the two variances is the front setback, and Mike can tell you more about that, and the side yard setback, which is really, and he can tell you about, like, the decrease. You know, it's a great house, we like it, you know, I mean, really, you know, my daughter's up in Mach right now, you know, my son's junior over at Rajang Regional, you know, so they're gonna be around for a while. Having that match on the first floor, it would be big for us to have that bathroom. And that, you know, and Mike did a great job proportional, I'm also a remodeler of built old houses, and, it's proportioned property, it's not huge, we're not asking for a basement, I don't need more space to fill it. We don't need more space, we got a basement, it's just really good for that bedroom. You know, and obviously not going up, we're not going to second. So I think that's it, that kind of describes our wish list.
So the property is located in the Conservation District with the current and proposed use of a R5 single-family residential. Right now, it's shaped on a fairly irregular lot where very long, but up where the house is located and that front yard setback, it actually kind of creates this kind of regular shape in proportion to where the existing house is located. So we do have an existing non-conforming front yard setback, which is shown in that red dashed line, which does pretty much basically go through the entire existing house. One of the, as far as the layout and proposed location of the new addition, is the existing master bedroom is located on that east side. So what we're doing is looking to essentially enlarge that with the bathroom, walk-in closets in this area, as well as creating a new family room adjacent to the existing front living room over here. So it's a proposed one-story, 537 square foot addition. As Matt said, master bedroom, suite, family room with a gas fireplace. And with this addition, we're also gaining 2 feet in the dining room. We are requesting a bulk variance for the front and side yard setback. In the conservation district, the front yard setback, the required front yard setback is 75 feet. We have an existing non-conforming setback of 58.9, and we are proposing a decrease of 7.9 feet with a new setback of 51 feet. One thing is the adjacent lots are basically the R4.
So lot 27 to the right of my house is basically R3, which is a 50-foot setback. Probably because it doesn't touch the great swamp. I'm guessing, Paul, I can look on the tax map. It's right next door, which is the 50-foot, opposed to 75 today. Along with the R2s to the left.
And then again, with the side yard setback, right now we have a conforming side yard setback, but we are proposing a setback of 21.3 feet where 25 feet is required. The proposed addition will comply with the remaining yard setbacks and lot coverage. We are bringing the house 4 feet forward to match, on the east side, basically to match the existing den, we're calling it. And again, that goes back with roof lines. We have on the second floor, we have an existing bedroom here with 2 windows. One of our main goal was to do a gable roof, basically running all the way through the new addition in order to keep these 2 windows. That was one reason why bringing the new addition forward. And so the exterior, we're looking to match the vinyl siding and asphalt roofing, and as well as the window scheme.
There's no change to the second floor then?
Correct, that's going to remain.
Okay.
So the front of the house is gonna look the same?
No, it's gonna have.
No, so this, basically, this area is the new addition. What we're doing with our,
Making it look symmetrical.
exactly.
So you have peak.
Yeah, I see the
and-
peak on it, yeah, you don't have that now, I got you. I was just looking at the computer, gotcha.
Any questions for their expert? Just, there was no other people sitting behind there, okay, oh, great,
I'll ask
thank
a
you.
question, just, I have something on my mind. Okay, Ed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what the only variances you're asking for then are, you're actually diminishing an existing non-conforming use that was provided by variance, reducing the intensity on that one, and you're asking for a side yard setback. Other than that, the rest of the
Correct.
project is completely conforming.
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Any other questions for his expert? Any questions for the applicant?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
How far away is your neighbor's house from the property line?
On the side of the
On the
addition?
side that you're building on? Yeah.
So there's a gravel road that goes down from the edge of the proposed new
To
addition
Sassafras,
to the
that-
edge, no, that's the other side.
The other side, okay.
Yeah, this is it's a shared right of way, 50-foot right of way, that goes to a house in the back, but to the, because I knew someone might ask that, to the edge of the gravel, to where the new addition would be is 19 feet.
Okay, so
And
that gravel road is
10 foot.
between your houses?
Oh, between the
It's
two?
on the property line, yeah.
Okay,
Probably, but I would say house to house, new house to 60 feet.
okay, thank you.
Quite a distance.
So there's a right of way there by filed map
That's serving it as a,
That-
yeah.
that is not accepted by the municipality.
Okay.
So it is correctly shown on the survey that it's part of his lot. So the neighbor's private driveway is within a paper street, and has no purpose as a right of way anymore. It is an area that the council committee could vacate, and the private access easement would be between the
Right.
neighbor and the applicant.
Right, right.
I have a question.
I was just getting an idea for the distance between the actual structures, so
Yeah,
it's
to the other
pretty
side,
significant.
right.
Okay,
Between the
thank you.
So, your neighbor, I guess, your neighbor to the south, I guess, is there, is it?
But the house faces south, so to the east would be the side of the addition.
I guess, because where the road kind of curves, right, and there's I guess I figured it was the south, but I guess it's to the east.
Yeah, well, that right of way, if that's what we're calling it, goes parallel to the, eastern side of my house. There's no curve there.
No, I'm saying on Myersville, because
So,
Myersville curves up.
right over here, so here's the curve of
Yeah.
Myersville Road.
So there's a house on the curve, right, that's very close to the road, right?
Oh, on the other side,
He's-
the western side, Linda's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little lot.
Yeah, they're very close, right?
Lot 30.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah.
Or no, you're right, yeah, 30.
Okay.
30, that's the one right up on.
Yeah,
Side,
okay. So there is-
Sassafras goes right behind, it's like sandwich, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of triangular.
So there are other houses in your neighborhood that are even closer to the road than where you are? Okay.
Yeah, even lot 27.
Could you speak closer to the mic?
And just to clarify, I guess, a question from a couple seconds ago. So you're not looking to improve on any of your setbacks. You're actually going into the setback further on both the side.
Correct.
Okay.
It's a, yeah.
You are decreasing, you're.
Correct.
Okay, you're increasing the.
We're asking for more relief
Okay.
for the setback.
Yeah, okay.
All right, any more questions for his expert or the applicant?
I have,
Go ahead.
I mean, you have a huge lot, there's no problems with water runoff or anything like that, that would end up going to your neighbors or anything like that,
Yeah, no, I got all hard piped.
going out to the back. You have a huge lot, yeah.
Field, our septic, there's 250 feet of depth on both sides.
Right, right. And the addition, when you put your leaders, I'm sure you go right out the back, you have plenty of room.
Yeah, exactly, there's some.
Just so I know where I'm at,
Yep.
are you the house with the tennis court that was there, or is that the one
No,
next door?
that was Frank's house, that was further down Sassafras.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out where, okay,
Yep.
I was mixing up. Okay, I got you.
He's one of the Sassafras addresses, he's actually, or was, 33.
So he's
Yeah,
two
that
doors
was
down
before
from you,
we used
okay.
to have the courts that,
Yeah,
yeah,
I see, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Courts are still there.
They're still there,
Road.
okay,
Yep.
good. All right, I don't have anything else.
Any other questions for his expert or the applicant? I don't see any audience, so I will close it to the audience. Okay, any other testimony? Do you have any other testimony?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's later, like not used to be.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know if you wanted to sum up your reasons for the addition, or say that, any other reasons why we should grant it.
No, I think I said enough in the beginning.
Okay, all right. Mr. Tedesco, would you just go over the fact of any negative or positive impacts on the neighborhood that you see?
I mean, as far as negative wise, I mean, we are right up against the property lines and everything, hence why we're here, for asking for the relief. As far as location of the new addition, he does have an existing tiered deck in the back. The way the house is set up with the kitchen and everything, it all made sense proportionally, and as far as program-wise, for the placement on the east side. Positive-wise, I mean, we're keeping true to the existing kind of footprint and design of the house. We're not building anything monstrous, and,
So it's keeping with the neighborhood
correct.
feel?
Yep.
Paul, you want to start deliberation?
Sure. I don't think there was much you were really asking for, other than the side setbacks, which is, it's actually good that you come here, we finally have somebody who has the proper lot coverage and everything else. Especially in that neighborhood, it's like,
We're
I
not
almost
used
don't
to
even know how to
that.
answer right now, because, I'm like a broken record.
You didn't
You're
build it yet.
undersized, the lot's undersized,
not
and
built
you
yet.
come here, you have a lot, 20 times the size of
Make
everybody
sure you
else.
have a builder that measures right.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Yeah.
2
Well,
feet is
I
quite a
guess
bit
you'll
to
be
get
doing
along.
most of the
That's a
building.
big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in favor of it. I don't have any problems.
Jerry?
Well, thank you for getting approval before you actually build your house.
That's unique.
But
Yeah.
seriously, this is de minimis. I think you're 3.6 feet or something from the requirement. And you have plenty of space between you. It doesn't affect our zoning plan or our ordinance in any way that I believe. There's no negative impact at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's gonna be a positive impact. You're gonna improve that property. You're gonna have a beautiful house there. So I'm in favor of that.
Alex?
Nothing but an asset to the area. Really nice design and plan, really well thought out and well done. I appreciate it. I appreciate the due diligence. I'll definitely be in favor of it.
Jonathan?
Yeah, I just, it's 10:15, I agree with everybody. But just to say, I do drive by your house a little more than the other house.
Okay.
I drive by your house a lot.
I agree, it's 10:15. And yes. Next.
Yes, I concur with my fellow board members. I think that you're making your house more usable. Obviously, having the bathroom where you don't have to run out of your room and go across the whole house. And making the house more utilizing and making it nicer to look at from the street and improving the neighborhood. So we do appreciate that. It does upgrade the whole area. So I would be in favor of it. Thank you. Okay, would you go over?
Sure. The approval being sought, front yard setback, 75 feet is required. However, 58.9 feet is existing, while 51 feet is proposed. So this is a variance for the front yard setback, which is actually being decreased. The side yard setback, what is required is 25 feet. What's existing is 38.1. Also, it's decreasing down to 21.3, requiring that variance. And there is no impervious coverage variance necessary for this. The only condition for this is for the applicant to apply and obtain the proper permits and the certificates of occupancy, pay for all proper permits, and obtain any outside agency approval that might be required for building.
Do I hear a motion?
No, no, no.
Joe has-
Joe?
Hold on. So just, because of the way it's shown on our tax map,
Okay,
and that we're providing a setback variance on that easterly side of the property, we're providing a setback on record to the property line in the center of the paper street, right? It would be prudent that we recommend the applicant seek the vacation
Of the
of the
paper
right of
street.
way from the
Okay.
governing body,
Okay.
which I can then duly support, because there is no planned development of a roadway that would benefit access to other properties off of that paper street.
okay, so is this a
the reason I'm
recommendation
saying-
or a condition?
I think it's a recommendation,
Okay,
and the reason being that the variance we're providing for setback is to that center line, so we may wanna just reflect the distance. It was 29,
It'd be 16 feet then.
right, it was 29, what was the setback, the 21.58?
21.3.
21.3,
39.
21.58 to the other location, yes, so 21.3.
Joe, are you recommending that we do that? Say they deny the
My
vacation.
concern is that, the corner of that house is at or in the paper street. So that matter should be attended to.
The corner of this house?
Corner of the addition being proposed
Okay,
Actually in the paper street.
is, I mean, the measurement's showing 21.3 on the plan to the right-of-way line, or to the center of the paper street, the center of the titled area. So that I would assume that's 25 feet into the property, which means that the corner of the house is in the paper street. There's no purpose to that paper street,
right.
We
right?
can't approve that then.
But,
What
so
if
it's
the town says
effectively
no?
vacated by the development pattern in the area.
And the town doesn't recognize that, right? Or didn't recognize the
Right,
paper
so,
street.
but the town
I've seen them
holds,
deny it.
the whole town holds rights to it.
Right.
If it was to be constructed and dedicated to us, which it will never be. So in lieu of that vacation, the alternative is a license agreement from the township,
Okay, so that would be a condition, that he would,
right? So the setback, typically we take our setback to the right-of-way line,
Right.
not to the property line of the title paper street.
okay.
If we're providing variance relief, we're basically providing variance relief to what would appear to be a 0-foot setback in the paper street.
Okay,
We can clarify it, the dimension, to the center line and to the paper street right of way. And we just recommend you go to the governing body and ask. for
And get that cleared up.
okay. So then, the side yard setback that that's actually being proposed, as you say, is,
I think we should quantify it as both. It's
As both.
21.3
yes,
To the center
to
line.
the,
to this,
to the property line by title,
By
by meets
title.
and bounds description.
Okay.
And then it doesn't appear to be the true center line of the 50-foot right-of-way. So that would have to be measured off of the survey, really. How far is,
Could I say something?
yeah,
I just had the survey done, redone,
you
right?
did, yeah.
Even though I wasn't gonna, I asked, Debbie, I said, do I need to do it? She goes, no, it's recent enough, you can find it. I had to have it redone, cause, I just figured we had time, played safe, it's over 10 years, right? I
Yeah.
thought it might have discrepancies going down sassafras, right? I wanna see if I had any rights, I do title search, I wanted to check sassafras, see if I, obviously, cause of the size of the lot. I wanna
Right.
see if I, but I have no egress there anyway, so it's story of building a road, expense-wise.
Yep.
Make a long story short, when they shot it, it was in the middle of that gravel, which I know isn't beneficial for me by saying that, by the direction you're going with this. And I know on this survey shows that the paper street or the gravel has meandered onto the other side, so my property line is on the side of it, not in the middle of it. But it's not correct.
Yeah,
When I was with the guys when we did the survey, and I have the pin still in the road.
Yeah,
I know that doesn't
there's a
help me, right?
pin in the gravel through the 50-foot right away, right, at the bottom, and that's basically
You're right,
the
because-
far edge of
Right
the
there.
improvement area.
Right. But what you're saying is since it's a 50-foot right of way, then you.
In
lose
theory, it would be
25
feet towards you, which would mean that the corner of your home is proposed in the paper street.
Within 4 feet,
I mean,
21 to 25.
you have my full support and endorsement to
No,
get
I
through
know.
vacation
Right.
with the governing body, but if they don't vacate it, then we need a condition that he
Yeah.
gets a license agreement for it,
Okay,
unfortunately.
okay.
It has to be one or the other.
Yeah.
What is a licensing
A
agreement?
license agreement is the
You can use.
town allowing you to build in an area where they hold restriction rights over the title, which is the paper street. So the town holds the right, reserved right,
To develop.
to accept the road if developed by a private party
Right.
and dedicated to us to our standard.
Because
So,
that's-
and because that will never occur, because of the properties to the rear, unless further subdivision, to then need the access instead of a planning variance from MLU,
Right.
it's effectively already addressed. That most of our community has paper streets that we don't have to vacate because they've already been developed or constrained out from needing to be vacated.
Okay.
In this condition, your corner of your house is probably in that paper street. So our condition would be to get at the TC, a license agreement from the TC.
Okay, so
Or
it's-
have them vacate.
it's not a recommendation, it's a
I
condition.
think it has to be a condition.
It has to be a
because-
condition.
Because we're not confident that he's outside of that paper street
Right.
until your final survey.
Unless you can demonstrate that you're outside of the paper street.
Is that like with the tape measure or shooting myself? Like from-
The survey that you said you just updated?
Yeah, that I submitted here, 5 copies. We have it.
No, the one we have is dated 2012.
Yeah, the one,
No, I submitted the new ones. I just haven't done it in 26.
by the time
Yeah.
the resolution is
dropped off the 20.
adopted,
Yep,
I think we can coordinate this to know the answer to that condition.
yeah.
Cause they match Mike's drawings.
Yeah,
Oh, so-
I referenced the 2026 survey.
Oh, okay.
No, I physically dropped it.
You're working off the CAD from
Did you ever email it to
KA?
me?
Yep.
probably
Not,
why.
not,
Actually dropped off.
not
Yeah.
scaled.
No, no,
It
not
says
scale.
one-
No, he
160.
originally it was
160,
scaled and then it was the
26.
CAD.
26.
Gotcha.
Wait,
Yeah, so you guys have
that's
the right
it.
one.
Oh,
I didn't wanna pay to have it
Joe,
redone,
this
but
is
I-
the, you have this one?
Yeah, there.
This is the latest one.
So that's the one.
Doesn't show the addition.
Sorry to throw a thorn into it.
I understand. Your prior survey, they located
It was
the
different.
gravel road, yeah, they located the gravel road incorrectly.
okay, so okay, I had the wrong electronic one then.
Yeah, this makes more sense, because your plan matches
Matches this one.
matches the
current
Yeah, the
twenty
current one.
twenty-six
Yeah.
CAD file.
Right.
So we
Remember I had you cheat, I said, I think.
Everybody
Yeah.
should disregard the 20.
We don't have that
Yes.
one. We don't even have that.
I don't have that.
Even better. Even better. Because then that gives us, from the existing corner of the house, 38.1 feet
Mhm.
to the property line, which is not the center of the right of way.
Okay, so that's even better.
So it's a non-issue.
So the 38 feet, 38.1, and then how far are you going out on that side?
16 or 17 to the foundation.
To,
How far is the addition going out?
In width.
Yeah.
The 21.58.
17'10".
Okay. So.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
he's
16
outside of
feet,
the-
and then with the fireplace, 17'10".
Yeah, so he is outside of the paper street.
Okay, so we don't
We
need
don't
that.
have to condition.
We don't have to
Fine.
condition anything. Okay.
Recommend you talk to the TC and ask them to vacate it.
Is it the government that owns that, the rights to that street? Or
Yeah,
is it the
the
town?
township.
The
Township.
township holds reserved right to accept the road if it was to be developed.
Okay.
Unless they.
We can't accept the driveway if it's improved, it has to be a full municipal width roadway,
Mhm.
inspected and accepted.
Got it.
So that will frankly never occur. So the 21.3
.3.
foot setback that we're giving variance relief for, we can parenthetical that to the paper street right of way. I can get you a dimension
Okay,
before we finalize the resolution.
okay.
Okay,
So
so
it's gonna be roughly like a foot.
we're
A
good.
foot,
We're
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So our relief should give that to him in case somehow something happens and subdivides those other lands and necessitates the road to be constructed. And you're gonna have a house on the corner of a right of way.
Yeah, or
Thanks.
Yeah.
you can see it here. This is the
Yeah,
right
it's-
away, so it makes it.
Yeah, that little dimension there is probably about a foot,
Yep.
foot and a half to 2 feet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I could- we
Great,
could-
If
thank
you,
you.
if you can do that,
We
yeah,
can-
no, that
I'll
would be
confirm
great.
that with him.
Okay, so then the relief that's being granted for the side yard is 21.3 to the paper street,
To the property line.
to the property line. Now, to the paper street right of way, it's about
It'll
one
be
or 2 feet.
Less than 2 feet.
Less than 2 feet is what the board would be approving.
Okay.
And again, the only conditions, because we're not gonna condition it on, vacation,
Yeah, you're good.
because we're good with that, but, still, the condition for obtaining all of the proper permitting for this
Sure.
and certificate of occupancy and paying, you know.
Yep.
10:15 was too early.
Do,
30
do, hey, guys.
Hey, we're still under the radar
Yeah,
here for
do I hear a
10:30.
motion to
We're still-
approve?
Second. Second.
Okay.
Mr.
Roll call.
Rosenberg?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Grosskopf?
Yes.
Mr. Romeo?
Yes.
Mr. Zadrozny?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
And Chairman Grant?
Yes,
Motion carries.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yours was the easiest one,
Yeah, you had your head
despite
towards that
this
first-
other
Till that
little
last
issue.
second, I don't
First
know.
one was horrible. And then the load, the dirt, I was like, oh, that's not.
It wouldn't-
Wait, what happened there? What?
The fill, I was like,
Yeah, that's not
It
good.
wouldn't be a board meeting without a
Okay,
paper
we are adjourned at 10:30.
Do we have a
Need a
motion?
motion.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
We're out.